Bob, I swear to God,
Did you get him?
I did not.
Oh shit, we would have went the whole show.
Whoa!
I couldn't keep it.
Oh, and I was just about to say something about Bob Logan. God,
I was going to tell you, Logan
that
fired him.
is so cool, Bob. I swear to God. I have never been tricked like that, but I thought, I was going to tell you he's fucking weird. He doesn't look. Bob, put your glasses on again. I want to see now that I know it's you. Hold on. I swear to God. No, I'm looking right at him. Do you know what? That is true about Clark Kent. You could wear glasses and trick me. Clark Kent. Bob, it's astounding because all you have is a hat and sunglasses.
He got me too, man.
Suzanne, when you came, and
when I came up, I had no idea who the hell he was.
No, you planted the seed. You came in and said, "Well, you got to see that weird."
I know when I got my phone because I got tricked.
Did you really believe? So when you said you got to see the new guy,
I had no idea it was Bob. No. At that point, I knew it was Bob.
You just said that to trick me.
I was planting it for you.
I feel like an idiot.
He almost started talking bad about my company.
No.
He wanted to get out of
said, all you have to do is be...
I should have kept the glasses on.
I would have stopped him. I would have been like, hey, Tom, hey.
I don't have anything bad.
Oh, that was classic.
I don't have anything bad to say about you. But you heard me say something about someone else.
This here?
So forget what I said about someone else.
When people call in, they'll start coming up on this board.
We got a new HVAC in the Springs. Michael Smith.
I shook your hand and looked right in the... I must just be...
You must have been thinking, why is this guy wearing
No, did you recognize him or did you have to be told?
Honest to God, did not recognize him.
Oh my God. It's like... And taking glasses off, it's not like he had a mask. He had a fantastic bad chair.
Yeah.
Would he go down and we'll come back up?
I recognize him.
You could walk into your employees.
No, your employees, did they know?
Some of them didn't.
There's no way. Why is that?
Yeah.
I should have won.
Well, it's kind of like when you're in high school and college and you saw this beautiful girl, and then she took her glasses off, and you're like, oh, run the other way.
They call them butterfaces.
Butterface?
A new one.
Why is that? Lender got me on that within the next 2 years. And then
really
got me,
bro.
If you're butterface, you got out. Cash off. And I was wondering why
You never heard that. That's really good.
You knew, right?
Seinfeld has a bad lighting girl.
Yeah, I know.
I swear
They'd have to sit in that one booth in the back.
Oh, yeah.
I don't usually get tricked very easily.
I bet we could have went the whole show.
Oh my God.
I wish I had a better accent. If I had a better accent, I would have kept it up.
See, I don't think you needed it.
No, but you know what? I started thinking about, you kept saying this guy's weird, this new guy, wait till you see him, he's from Castle Rock. And
I
so
said he goes by Slim.
honest to God, and then I said Slim, and he said Jim, and that even seemed legit, like you got it wrong. He says, no, it's Jim.
From Jim.
I am truly...
Did you think it was going to be a big fat guy when I said his name's Slim?
No, I thought it was a tall, skinny guy.
Cowboy hat.
I have to tell you, I am...
That was good.
Oh my God, I like certain strategies provides financial time.
I got him on a
I truly
April Fool's one time. Man, he was fit to be tied when I was done. He thought I was talking to one of his endorsements. I was like, listen here, you piece of shit. We don't fucking care. Tom's over there. He was just absolutely. That was fucking.
No, you did. It was crazy. What you did to me.
He was still shaking when we got
What did you
upstairs.
say? You said something that really pissed me off.
We have hundreds of clients that have been using this
I said blah, blah, blah.
I don't even remember. I just remember thinking,
Which day?
I remember thinking, shit, I better end this quick because I'm fake talking on the phone. I'm like, well, I don't care what you think, and I know he's listening.
But it is true. Ask our previous clients, and they will tell you it works. Call 720-899-100 now to see if you qualify. Loans from $100,000 to $2.5 million.
Oh, my gosh, it's so good.
I will say, I am actually, I like that feeling of being tricked. It's kind of fun. It really is fun.
It's because the relief sets
No,
in.
it's fun. No, I didn't think it was weird. I mean, it wasn't like I didn't want him here, so I didn't care. In other words, there was not really relief that he...
Oh, yeah.
Because
Think
But
that you-
man, I am just so.
I came up, and of course I've never met Brandon before, and I'm thinking he's with Brandon. And I go, I shake Brandon's hand, nice to meet you, and I look at Bob and I go, and you are? It was Bob!
So you really.
Honest to God, I didn't know it.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. This is the Troubleshooter Show, where we solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, and make your life a little easier. And this hour brought to you by Fuller Law, John Fuller, personal injury attorney. You know, we do have sponsors on this show. Here's the only difference. These sponsors are part of the show. We use them as our experts. And we make them, no, we don't have to make them. That's all part of it. We make them help people, meaning they're all part of the effort. John Fuller, for example, takes a look at our cases when people are in a personal injury and gives us advice, and he can give you advice too. Here's the bottom line. The referral list, referralist.com, is for your help, information, and referrals. So you can call like they do John Fuller after you're in an accident, especially car accidents and motor vehicle and motorcycles. He's really become quite an expert. What he'll do is answer any question you have. There's no charge. He doesn't try to sign you up. You don't have to hire him. That's the way it is. And you even call him on weekends. So here's his number, 303-597-4500. If you hire him, fine. He only gets paid if you get paid. John Fuller, 597-4500. And speaking of sponsors, we do have Plumline in the house for plumbing and drains. And I will say that all he did was wear a cowboy hat and glasses. Today's Halloween, and I swear to God I didn't recognize him. Now you know what? I pride myself at being observant, good memory, details, a recall. But anyway, Mark happened to say we got a weird guy in. He does HVAC from Castle Rock. And I thought, okay, I'm going to meet a new referral list member. And Slim. And I walk in, and he has a cowboy hat and glasses. That's all there is. Now, you ask yourself, would you know one of your good friends, because Bob has become a good friend, would you know them if they wore sunglasses and a cowboy hat? I did not, I swear, I did not recognize him at all. And I started talking to him about the biz, about HVAC. And it's really Bob with Plumline. And then Mark tried to bait me saying, yeah, this guy's from Castle Rock, you know, Plumline, they never get really down to Castle Rock that much. And I could have at that point said, yeah, you're right, man, they're lazy. But, of course, I didn't. I don't have anything bad to say. Mark, could you do me a favor, seriously? Put on the sunglasses and hat. I just want to see if you look that much different. I just want to see. Because I am really surprised that I did not recognize Bob. Now, if it's somebody I work with every day, I'm maybe. Now, seriously, let me just see. I'll tell you the truth if I think I would recognize you. Let me see. Yeah, see, I would know you. I would know you right away. I really would. I don't know.
Well, you look at that mug every single day, though, Tom.
Yeah, that's probably what it is.
This is my Texas roots coming out. You're used to seeing me in a suit and tie.
I will say, honest to goodness, great. Now, I want to do a costume contest today. If you have a costume on during the show and you send us a pic, you send it to help@troubleshooter.com, attach a picture. We're going to give $100 away for the best costume, but it has to blow us away. If you don't qualify, we'll have other gifts. If you blow us away, you'll get $100, or the cutest costume for a kid. Okay, $100 going to our winner today. $100, and we're going to post them on our feed. We are on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're also on, of course, iHeartRadio. You can't see it there.
Referralist.com.
Referralist.com. We stream every day. You're
When's
right.
the last time you dressed up for a Halloween deal?
Last year, I think. No, not last year. No, maybe a few years ago.
I don't think I have in 15, 20 years.
I did for the kids. We had some fun. I forget what I was. I don't know if I have the photos or not, but I used to like dressing up here and there for the kids, you know, just for fun. Okay. As I started out by telling you, John Fuller, 303-597-4500, please remember that. Let's move on, okay? We're going to go to the phones. Here's the rule. You call with a problem, question, or complaint, or an on-air review, or you want to rant and rave, you can do it all. And we want to do our Halloween costume, okay? We want to do our Halloween costume.
100 bones.
$100 from Mark's commission to you, if you get the cutest or the best Halloween costume. No, $100. Let's do it. And we're going to put it online. Right now I'm going to talk to Paul about flooding. This is terrible. Hey, Paul, what's going on, man? What's going on, Paul? Paul? Okay. I'll tell you what, Suzanne, talk to Paul. I'm going to go to Lindsay. Lindsay, what's going on with you, Lindsay?
Well, I'm up for a lease renewal, and they are asking for my bank statements.
What? Wait a minute. Are you in subsidized housing?
Yes.
Okay, well then that's a little different. Why do they want your bank statements? What did they say the reason was?
They said it's because it's considered an asset.
Okay, so in other words, they have to make sure you qualify for subsidized housing. So what if you had $1 million in the bank? I don't think you'd qualify. Now, normally qualification, I thought, is by income. I did not know they talked about accumulated savings. How much are you allowed to have in savings, did they say?
I'm on Section 8 as it is. So
but how much are you allowed to have in savings?
I don't know. They never told me.
Yeah. See, it seems to me, Mark, can you look that up, Section 8? It seems to me that if they don't allow people to save, how do you ever get out of it, you know? But they want to see your bank statements, and who wants to see them?
The people that own the property, Porterhouse.
Okay. And you can, of course, do away with the account number and all that and just show them the statements. But if that, listen, all I can say is this, Lindsay. I'm not sure if it's part of the qualification process or not. So I'm going to tell you something that sounds silly. If it's part of the qualification process and Section 8 allows them to do it, then you have to do it. If it's not, then you don't.
What county are you in?
Yeah, what county?
Weld.
Weld County. You've never had to do this before, Lindsay?
No.
How long have you been there?
This will be going into my second year.
Okay, so the very first year then, you're just completing. So what did you have to do to qualify for your first year? Did you have
exactly.
Did you have to fill? But did you fill out an application?
How many people are in the family?
Did they ask for balances or bank statements or income? Excuse me, not statements. Did they ask about how much money in the bank? And did they ask about income?
No.
Yes, they did. Because you're not allowed to live there without answering. So you're telling me anyone can go there and get a Section 8 and they don't ask about income?
No, this is housing specified for Section 8. And all you have to do is show them what you're making.
That's what I just asked.
I'm on disability, so that's what I show them.
Okay, good.
And now they're asking for my bank statement.
Okay.
On top of
I'm not sure if you have to or not. Mark, why were you asking how many people?
Because that's how they generate these numbers. How many people are in the family?
Mark, I don't. Okay. I'm not asking about the numbers. I'm asking you, do they count bank statements as an asset?
I don't see anything about assets, period, let alone bank statements.
Just income.
It looks like it's just income, and it's based upon people in the family, the amount of the voucher.
So, Lindsay, you know what? We're just going to straight call him. Go ahead, Clint, call him. Hold on. Let's just find out for you, okay, Lindsay? 303-713-TALK. Yes,
what if they wanted to just verify that she gets money each month for her share?
Well, they probably do,
I'm just saying, if they want to see her bank statement, I don't know why they
Lindsay,
can or can't.
Lindsay, I think they want to see how much you're getting a month. I don't think they go by your balance, but we're going to find out for you, okay? Hold on. Paul, I'm sorry. Paul, are you there now, sir? Are you there? Paul. Okay, we're not going to take Paul. I just disconnected 3 times and you're out. Bob, what's going on with you, Bob?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm going good, and thanks for contacting us. We called you back because you took the time to contact us. What's going on with you?
A little bit of an interesting situation. I was wrongfully terminated from my career at Walgreens after about 7.5 years.
Wait, you were there 7.5 years. Are you a pharmacist?
Yep. No, I was a store manager.
Oh, my goodness. Okay, that is a career. And what happened?
I had chose to date one of my employees that had worked for me.
Is that against their rules?
Yeah, there is a policy, the fraternization policy.
Uh-huh.
So I had done that, and then...
But you can see why it's against the rules, right? We all understand that, because if you have somebody under you and you're dating them, yeah. Okay, so what happened when they found out? That you would think they would give you a chance to correct it.
Right. So the context in which all this plays out, I think, is fairly relevant. She had chosen to put in her notice and find another job because she wanted to continue dating me, and so she knew that she wasn't going to be able to continue working for me.
Okay.
So that happened all within 2 weeks of our first date.
So hold on, were you fired after she left your employ?
Yes. So what ended up happening was a few weeks later, relationship didn't pan out. She was sad, and I think she had her father call. Well, I know she had her father call in to the employee relations hotline.
Okay.
Almost like a witch hunt.
Yeah, they were pissed off. Okay, what did she call it? What did they say when they called?
Well, this is where it gets a little shady. They weren't very transparent with what her statement was. The guy.
How do you know that? How do you know they called HR? How do you know that?
So my boss had showed up at work and basically had the details of what had gone on, and he kind of dropped the ball that it was her father who had called in. And
okay, here. Let me summarize. Let me summarize this. You were dating someone who worked for you. You're a manager at Walgreens. Before they even found out, the relationship did not pan out. She had left Walgreens. Before they even found out, she had left Walgreens because she wanted to continue dating you. Shortly after that, the relationship ended, but she kind of was pissed or something, but she called HR. That's where we left it. So you're thinking, wait a minute. Not only did she leave employment, I broke up with her, and now she's getting me fired. Why? We'll talk about that coming up. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK. Icon Eye Care for your eyes. That means all eye care, including LASIK, that is the most inexpensive in the marketplace. And when I say inexpensive, don't mistake that for lack of quality. Icon Eye Care has superior quality when it comes to LASIK. There are thousands and thousands of people who have gotten the procedure starting at just around $400 an eye. You can't do better than Icon Eye Care for any procedure, including, of course, cataract surgery. And then ask about the clear lens exchange. I won't elaborate on that because I talk about it all the time, the clear lenses that focus, and oh, I love them. But anyway, they do LASIK. It is an affordable alternative to glasses, of course. Why would you ever strap yourself with glasses when you have 866-GOT-ICON, iconeyecare.com.
Judgment. That's what it is. It's his judgment.
No.
Whether it's terminated or not.
Prior to this,
it's like stealing and giving it back. You still stole.
Prior to this, he did a whistleblowing thing with the company that cost Walgreens money on their compensation.
But listen, he gave an excuse.
Right. They gave him an excuse, exactly. But that's what he thinks it is more of a whistleblowing.
Is that time you went to Frank or told me to just hit record Frank's live today? Alright, I'd rather just get it over with so I don't have to think about it. I'm going to get them on soon.
A high today of 47. Right now mostly cloudy and 32. With your traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner. 6:30 K-How.
Make Burlington your coat headquarters for your family and save up to 65% off other retailers' prices every day. Burlington stores and packages so bumpers and the hottest logo looks. Plus, scarves and hats. Burlington's costumes.
God, kids in costumes are the cutest damn things. I swear to God.
They always ask for candy.
No, honestly, God, there's something. They're just so.
Can you send me that picture? Email it.
What?
Oh. I'm going to show Dan. I was dressed up as a, I forget what I was.
I'll tell you my best costume. I'll bet you beat yours.
No, this one's pretty good. It's old though. How long ago was yours?
I was in college.
I forget what I was trying to be though.
Just about 10
What
years
was
ago.
I dressed up as though? I forget.
We are experiencing helping homeowners pay thousands less in interest on their mortgage, own their home.
That's right.
All without spending one dime.
You got to guess what I was. You don't even have a picture of yours. You could be making the whole thing up.
Do you have a picture of yours?
Yeah, she sent it. I want to see if you can guess what I have. In fact, I might win the $100.
I should have won the costume.
It's old though.
Let me tell you, there was 3 of us that did this.
I should have won the costume.
In college, we dressed up as condoms.
Oh my God. Okay, here I am.
You
Ready?
think that's funny?
Oh, it was funny. It was funny and great. Are you the clown?
No.
Oh my God.
What am I?
Half a Rocky.
No. I'm a baller.
What walking by you?
A baller.
A baller. Means
Oh
I'm badass.
yes, yes. Oh.
We got 2 little black miniature schnauzers, and they have their own costumes. Their
Oh, really?
No.
Yeah, they just because the white bones.
Wait, hold on.
They really look like.
Yeah, that's me right here. And it wasn't your account, it's mine. Why would it say your account?
Oh, I gotta see.
Yeah, your account, but it doesn't say that. Oh my God, your account, sweetheart.
My son was
parties.
big, about 5 almost 5 pounds.
Some of the guys would have us come over with their group.
Yeah, he's a big guy, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
No.
Hospital gown on.
Why?
Open in the back.
It was better than the ball.
God, it was hysterical.
God, you're saying he's no fun. Come on. Oh, that's not true. He's a lot of fun.
deliver the injections. More experience.
Hey, is that your work over there? Is that a decent chair?
Yeah, you want it?
Yes. Oh, yeah, he's I couldn't get that chair to do that. How'd you do it? I was just sitting there and asking him.
I thought you were talking about you wanted Clint's chair.
Yeah, mine's short and has 2 stands on. And the custom armrest is a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Well, you want this one? This one's comfortable.
No, it's okay.
It has 2 arms.
I have to be low enough to keep you over.
303-963-9201. And on my referral list at referrallist.com.
Oh, yes, okay. All right, honey.
Yeah.
The skills to be able to
Look at this face thing. This
So,
this costume.
What's that?
Where do I find downloads on this damn computer? Where do I find downloads, guys? Where are downloads on this computer?
Under downloads.
Online Trading Academy.
You mean what folder does it download into?
Where's downloads on this?
On this one over here, if it's a picture, it goes into pictures. If it's not a picture, it goes into downloads.
White out from the inside. Go back under the hood. Pretty simple.
Mark,
Thursday morning, 6:35. You're on 6:30.
So when you come across
Every house.
We're going on now, but
Goes to a bar, go dancing.
broken
Really?
down.
Yeah.
She likes dressing up, huh?
Yeah, she does.
That's good.
I mean, do you
hi,
have-
Tom Martino, you're a troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Centeno Schultz are stem cell therapy experts and doctors. That's the main thing. So if you need stem cell therapy for pain, and so many people are looking for relief, please don't do this. These commercials are as much about what not to do. Don't go to a chiropractor with, well, really, just don't go to a chiropractor for stem cells, okay? That's a blanket statement. Or don't go to any clinic where they ship in tissue and call it living stem cells. Now, is Centeno Schultz the only MD clinic that uses living stem cell? No. But they're the ones that I have researched, and Dr. Chris Centeno was the first in the country to do it in a clinical setting. I want you to visit them, centenoschultz.com. Better yet, listen to this website, avoidsurgerytoday.com. In many cases, they can do that. Avoidsurgerytoday.com. 303-963-9201. Bob Logan is with us from Plumline Services. Bob, thank you for being here. We appreciate that.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
And you're the one that tricked me with your sunglasses and cowboy hat. Honest to God, if somebody said, you know, somebody's going to wear a cowboy hat and glasses and you won't recognize them, I never thought that was possible. So now I'm thinking maybe I would have fallen for Clark Kent not being Superman. Maybe. No, I don't think so. Not just glasses. But
Were you, when you were a kid, Mark or Bob, did you ever say to yourself, come on, it's Superman? Did you, even as a kid, think that glasses were a silly disguise?
Everyone did.
I know. But it's almost like a farce. They did it, and they knew it wasn't real. But anyway, Bob, this is a serious problem. But we did consult someone during the break, or Suzanne did, and here's the thing.
Can I sum this up real quick?
I want to just say quickly for those listening, Bob was a manager at Walgreens. He dated an employee. However, the employee and Bob knew it was against policy, so she left the job. After she left the job, they broke up, and she complained to HR about something. We don't know what it is yet, right, Bob? We don't know what they said to HR, but you were fired. Here's what I think, Bob. Here's what I think. The mere fact that you broke policy and had poor judgment is probably why they fired you. And this is a prime example, her complaining to them. Who knows? They may have said, you know what? He had no business dating her and made her lose her job and then broke up with her and we're going to sue. I mean, they probably scared the hell out of Walgreens. So I think they were justified, and so does our employment or our attorneys who kind of think they can do it. They absolutely can. You gave them a reason. What were you going to say, Mark?
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
Well, you know what? That's true. Or a man scorned. Bob, we don't know what she said or what the father said to HR. We don't know, or no, do we know?
We don't know. They weren't transparent saying what exactly the claim was. My concern with this entire operation was that in the past, the way these things have played out was the manager would have received some form of discipline or...
But you already broke the policy, right?
Right. But being in management and having gone through the policy myself with other employees in the past, the level of discretion usually from HR is you need to follow a process of step 1, 2, 3, discipline, written warning, final warning, or something of that nature, or transferring a manager.
That's what it would sound like to me, normally. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. She must have said something bad.
Or they had it out for him for another reason.
Yeah, but even if they had it out for him for another reason, he gave them a good reason. You know, like that happens once in a while where someone is what they call laying low for you. And the fact that they're laying low for you, you know, it's the kind of thing that you give them the reason, and they take it. So anyway, I have a feeling even if you consult a employment attorney, they're not going to take it. That's my opinion. That you know, just based on our experts. But why were you thinking it was not correct? It was not right.
So, yeah, a little bit of backtracking. I had placed what I felt.
No, I know you're going to tell me they had an excuse. You did something.
Yes.
But you can't deny though that you broke company policy is what I'm saying. Why do you think you shouldn't have been fired for breaking policy? You're saying they should have given you a chance to correct it.
There should have been given the level of seriousness, I guess you could say, in breaking this policy.
Yeah.
There should have, and being that I've run this process with other employees in my job itself,
right.
This is not how they've handled this in the past.
Okay. Well,
there has been...
They did now. You know, that sucks.
That's like, though, if a cop gives one guy a speeding ticket at 70 and the next day it doesn't happen. I mean, you broke the rules, man.
No,
they had it out for him.
I think that's a bad analogy. But
why? Why is that a bad analogy? Well, it's a wonderful analogy.
He gives a ticket, and then the next
In other words, you can't say, hey, you didn't give a ticket to this other guy. He did the same thing. I mean, if it's in the policy, maybe they did waive it. Maybe some other people, they didn't care if they did it.
Oh, okay. So, in some way, I know what Mark's saying. I mean, I'm trying like hell. No. You gave them a reason. I mean, you gave them a reason, even though they may have wanted to fire you anyway.
They could have let him off with a warning and chose not to for whatever reason.
It's kind of right, man. You gave them a...
And it's an at-will state. They can fire your ass for virtually anything they want.
Yeah, it's too bad.
So then how do you get wrongfully terminated if the precedent in the past for the way they've handled these situations did not follow the same guidelines?
You're talking company policies, though. I mean, this is an at-will state. Bob Logan, you have a ton of employees. If you have your best employee in the world, this guy makes you lots of money, he's always on time, customers love him, and he's dating someone, and they're not supposed to date, and you say, don't do it anymore. You can do that, right? And then if you wanted to fire him, you could fire him, right?
And Mark, unfortunately, I've had to for that exact same reason. And other reasons. It doesn't matter what kind of producer
do you have
they
a
are
policy
or
against dating?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's anybody who's in a subordinate position to you, you should not be dating.
Bob, my point was, have you give warnings to this with maybe one person and another person because they're not that great employee? You might just want to terminate them at that point because they're trouble.
Well...
He doesn't want to admit that, even if it's true. I mean, come on. Of course it's true.
We try to be objective in everything that we do, but yes, we take each case on a case-by-case basis. But no, we don't. Sure. We don't show favoritism. Now, whether or not Bob at Walgreens they were looking for some other reason to fire him, like you said, could be the case. But I mean, 7.5 years. Hopefully, he did a good job in what he was doing. But again, he broke a company policy, like you said, and
he had reason.
As good of a guy as he probably is, he broke the policy.
How many times do we hear, well, they didn't give me 3 warnings, or they didn't do this? This, folks, is an at-will state. You can get fired for virtually anything.
Yeah, hold on, you can, but you have a case against the people who fire you if they don't follow policy. It's called a doctrine of fairness, Mark. While it's an at-will state, you can't invoke at-will suddenly in one case where you didn't do it before. So I think you're wasting your time. And I hate to tell you that because it's your job. It's your whole career. But I really do. I really think it's kind of wasting your job, your time.
The good thing, Bob, is that there's so many employers out there right now looking for good people.
Oh, you won't have especially good store managers.
Absolutely, and you won't have any problem probably finding another job and a better job.
What if they ask why you were fired? I don't even think that's egregious.
Hey, on a side note, though, Bob, honestly, anytime I walk into Walgreens, I mean Bob the caller, it's empty. I'm always like the only one in there, and I'm referring to the Castle Rock one. How do they make money? Is it all pharmacy?
Well, no,
I never see a lot of people in there.
Walgreens is very successful. I mean...
Geez, I don't know, with Amazon getting into the biz and Walmart in the biz and King Soopers in the biz and everybody.
Corporately, is business going down across the board?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of why the target was on my back was my efforts in exposing their ethical... misdoings towards the employees. The company's earnings were...
Wait, give me one example of something they did wrong.
So
one example.
They had sent out a threat, an email, a corporate-wide threat that was stated in a way that was very misleading, where they said, we're sending this out as a reminder of a specific policy that if you
okay, what is it? What is it? They sent out a reminder of what?
So the customer surveys that are on every receipt that people ask for, say, how's our service doing? Please rate us, review. That's a bonusable metric for store managers to...
Okay. You're not explaining anything egregious to me. You have to do it in a way, because I'm not saying, oh, my God, that's outrageous. What did they do wrong?
Let me get to it. So what they did wrong was they were enforcing a policy that didn't exist and threatening managers that they would be terminated if they were to try to manipulate this metric before the end of the fiscal year, before they report their earnings. I pointed out some of the ethical issues here, that these were bonusable metrics, and then right at the end of the year, they pulled the rug out.
I know what you're saying. They weren't consistent in their application of feedback for bonuses. And again, people here, 3 people just hung themselves, and it's like, it's truly something that is not egregious, okay? It's just crazy, and you're pissed off. It's a whole waste of time. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We got to take a break, man. Look, I want people to send us photographs. help@troubleshooter.com is our public email. And we're going to give away $100 for the best costume That's if it blows us away. Now, there's going to be $100 given away, but for example, if it's just if you're the only one, for example, if people are just lazy or not in costume right now, it's very likely people are not in costume this early, and you're the only one and it's a lousy costume, I'm not going to give you $100. But I will give, but I do want cute costumes or good costumes, $100 going to you. Help at troubleshooter.com, okay? SimplyFloorsInc.com will save you money. Look, if you're looking for floor coverings, shop. Okay, shop. Then compare. Because they will save you 20, 30, 40, sometimes 50%. I mean they, SimplyFloorsInc.com. Make your own appointment at home. They will come to you and bring all the major floor coverings. They carry them all. Now, you may say, oh, Tom, why should I? Because you have nothing to lose at all. So what if they don't if they don't save you that much? You may still want to use them because of their great service. But almost always they will save you money. Do you hear that? Almost always. And that is SimplyFloorsInc.com.
I mean, it wasn't a costume, but it was funny.
Mark, I did a search. Mark, I did a search and found it. I see that. But now I want to see the path.
Your email. And I sent one costume too.
I'll have to look.
I did a cook last year.
Oh my God, Mark, you would not believe how this thing is done.
I like the $100.
It's in a folder called CCR Den 1.
See, on this one, it's just download.
That's cool.
CCR Den 1 INT USA.
I want a pumpkin carving contest.
Did you? Oh well, this pumpkin.
I had a big pumpkin.
Well, interesting.
And he was eating
I sent it to you.
I know, I see it, I didn't get it.
Oh, open it back up. Come on, you didn't get that.
I know.
I'll let Mark.
I feel bad.
Mark, open it up.
Cover down to Perry Park and Castle Rock, up to Long.
So then you stick his tongue out?
No. This is an ass.
Oh, he's mooning though. Ah.
What is it? What is it?
Yeah, look at the pumpkin.
A brown eye, as it's called.
That's a brown eye.
Just because
I sent it to you, Mark and Tom.
I didn't get it.
as you move north, there's a lot more houses and stuff.
Oh, come on! You guys are late.
Okay. Well, it takes you a minute to see.
Yeah.
Not me, I saw it right away.
Well,
That's scary.
Don't see. I wonder if he heard that. Don't tell him.
Tom, did you see the pumpkin?
Don't tell
Open it
him.
up.
He couldn't even tell who Bob was.
Oh, in your email.
He won't know.
See,
but none of us would have known.
No, facts.
See, we can't.
So this is what I thought.
Or he always listens, so he might have heard it.
So I thought it was a guy just hitting it. That's his.
Oh, you know, I saw it right away.
He heard it. He heard it.
Yeah, I did too. First of all,
You
I didn't
didn't?
hear shit. Okay. Now that you're telling me, I'm looking for a trick. Okay?
You absorbed it. No, there's no trick. What is it?
Guy bending over.
See, he heard it.
No, Mark, I
You
didn't-
really can tell?
No, listen.
How come
I was
right
looking
away?
for something because I heard you guys hunting for something. I didn't hear what it was, so I hunted for something. I don't know if you didn't tell me that what I would.
I got you.
I thought it was a guy just holding his eyes open, like covering his eyes.
I didn't.
You know what? And sticking out his tongue.
Yeah.
You know what? That could have been it too. But I was looking for something.
You go nasty.
No.
I go good. You go nasty.
I was looking for something that wasn't
I went
obvious.
right to the brown eye.
Yeah.
I was looking for something that wasn't obvious
Injured on the job.
because of what you said.
It went right by me. Actually, when it's little like that, it actually even looks better.
From small cases to the largest workers' comp case in Colorado history.
You putting them all up? You putting that up?
Like most attorneys, he works personally with you every step of the way.
Yeah, keep rotating through all of them.
Oh, I got to introduce my guest here,
303
Brandon.
321 PERT.
What's the help at troubleshooter.com?
ColoradoLawyer.net.
I know, help at troubleshooter.com.
Or live.
Break the stranglehold.
No, we don't have
addiction.
live.
You and your family can't lose another precious day to this horrible
You sure?
disease. If you or someone you know is abusing alcohol, prescription
Geez, that's
drugs,
weird.
hard
You wanted to
illegal
make it
drugs,
easy,
or if
Mark.
it's a mental health issue,
I might do it.
anxiety,
I might have done it
depression,
as a
or
shortcut.
Here's the
trauma,
7-year-old that
abuse,
just came in.
Please know you're not alone.
Macaroni and cheese, that's a pretty good one.
They've established
That's a
special
pretty
number
good
to
one.
address your concerns. 720.
You know, it used to be a box Now they're a cup. Isn't that weird?
That's pretty good.
That's a pretty good one for a little kid.
Premier addiction recovery program
There's
located
still
here
some
in
in
Colorado.
boxes.
You'll speak
The
to
cup
someone
is just the
local about
microwave
different
quick
treatment
version.
options.
Yeah, I know. It's just kind of weird, though. I don't,
Designed
you
to
know.
help reduce substance abuse. No more excuses, no more denials. Get the help.
There's a
you
new
need.
show I watched last night, a half-hour show that
Call
takes
today for a
place in
free, no
the 60s or
obligation
70s.
consultation. The Raleigh House,
Catholic family of like 8.
720-893-5559.
Pretty good, man. All boys.
720-893-5559.
But it brings back a lot of
Call today.
memories.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance. So you
I'm watching the Partridge Family.
So why are more things in life customizable?
They make
You
this
can
so
actually
Danny has 8 kids.
Yeah, but imagine that, 8 kids.
I know, and they
What
had
a lot doesn't
a
reward
surprise
me
birthday
for
for him
selflessly
last
buying
week.
a smaller car to provide more
And their
parking
cat
and
jumped right in the middle of the
LibertyMutual.com for a customized
the table. And stood all 4 feet in the air.
If I had 8 kids, I'd probably move.
Everybody was covered. I feel home loans has a program to fit you. They can help you with
don't
that
know.
consolidation.
We worked with a customer recently who called. They
I
wanted
think if you come from a huge family like that, you're probably more likely not to have that big of a
$1,100 a month. We showed them how to pay $600 of that. Apply
Who's
that
from
to
who has a bigger family now than they were from?
completely debt-free.
I'm the
Mortgage
nut.
and all, just
I'm the
for 12
ninth,
years.
9 children, and
303-867,
I have the
7,000,
And you have none.
7,000 ideal.
Actually, I have more kids, but I'm a single. I'm an only child, so I have 2 kids.
For terms and conditions, call 4445.
That's, yeah.
I grew up with 6 sisters and I wanted 12 kids, but that wasn't the one bearing them. Well, we got 3. We had 2 miscarriages, but we had 3.
Tom Martino here, and we are going to celebrate Halloween with Revitalize Health, thehormonebros.com. If you need BioT, and that's BioT is testosterone treatment or estrogen treatment in a pellet form that secretes like your gland would over time, implanted in the fat in your thigh or buttocks or stomach, and it secretes over time, lasts 3 to 6 months. It's really a revolutionary treatment. It's wonderful the way it works because it's natural delivery, unlike shots and creams. But they do more than that at Revitalize Health. There are 3 brothers that got together to do age management and age-defying treatments. They do Juvederm and Botox and all of that stuff, but they also have a stimulation of natural collagen in your face that actually stimulates your own growth so it doesn't go away like a filler. Why don't you check them out? Thehormonebros.com. They're out at 470 and Ken Carl, worth the drive. And, of course, these kinds of treatments aren't required weekly, so it really does pay off. These guys are dedicated to giving you the best service in BioT and other treatments to defy age. Thehormonebros.com or hormonebros.com. I do BioT. Deputy Dan's doing BioT. Suzanne is doing BioT. It's for men and women. Thehormonebros.com. Let me give you a number here, 720-361-2302. 720-361-2302. Today is Halloween, and I'm asking people to send in a costume, either of their kids or themselves, a $100 prize.
We're getting some good ones. They go to our Facebook, they can see them. Man.
Now,
They're good.
can we display them all or rotate them or flash them, or can you do them all at once? How do you do it, Dan? It's hard, huh?
He rotates.
We're going to rotate them through, and it's at our Facebook page, which is Referral List.
The Beetlejuice
Tom Martinez
one is
Referral
good.
List. We also have, of course, referrallist.com is where we stream our show as well, and on Facebook and on YouTube. Okay? And we're having some fun. Keith has an electrical line problem. Keith, what's happening with you? Oh, I want to mention, in addition to Plumb Line Services in the house, and we did get a few emails on them, we have a new referral list member, Brandon Martin, who does premium duct cleaning, and we'll talk to him in a minute. What's going on with you, Keith?
I've got a overhead power line that crosses my property, and I don't believe it has any right-of-way or easements.
How long has it been there?
And I know it. From studying it, I think it's been there since the 50s.
And when did you inherit or buy this property?
About 6 months ago, I actually kind of purchased it with a friend, off of a friend. He has a 1,000-acre cattle pasture, and we broke off 80 acres of that.
So you own how many acres?
80.
And where is it?
East of Colorado Springs Airport.
East of the airport is it in the foothills?
It's no.
Oh,
it's a
I'm
little
sorry,
more-
east. I'm sorry, my dyslexia. East. Okay, so how many miles east?
Oh, it's 2 miles east of the airport. So
Okay,
it's
that sounds
far
like
from
nice
the
area.
town.
So what do you mean? Now you bought it knowing it was there. Now, are there big transmission line towers, the big towers, or how is it supported?
We do have a transmission line tower crossing the property, and there is an easement clear for that. And then there's a smaller distribution line for Mountain View Electric. That's kind of a wooden pole.
Wait, so they do have an easement for the tower?
They do.
Well, they don't need sky rights.
Well, this Mountain View Electric line is not anywhere close to the tower lines. It crosses kind of diagonal and random across the property.
Who owns it?
Mountain View Electric.
Okay, Mountain View Electric. I thought you meant it had a tower supporting that. What supports Mountain View Electric line?
Wooden poles.
Okay, how many wooden poles are on your property?
4.
And they're not on an easement. They're just randomly there.
They're not. So as we closed on the property, of course, the title company, everyone else researches that.
Yeah.
That land, and they could not find anything.
Yeah, if it's been there since the
50s,
50s, if it's been there since the 50s, it could be a prescriptive easement. It could be automatic. With easements, you don't have to do one of those
filing.
But what is that? Adverse possession. You don't have to do an adverse possession with an easement. Easements that are in place for that many years, I don't know what the word is, but it's almost automatic that you can't go back and fight it after so many years if they've been using it.
They may be grandfathered clause, and I agree. So,
but what harm is it doing? Any harm to you?
Well, I applied for electrical drop off of that line to build a house on that 80 acres, and they gave me a application, and on that application, just signing the application and applying for a service drop, you have to agree to give access to your land for any more power lines to any other member, however they please. It's a paragraph written right in the.
What they're saying is,
for electricity.
This is common. What they're saying is, because I've done a lot of land development in my time, what they're saying is, if we drop a line there and we go through the trouble of putting a transformer and doing this for you, then we need to recoup our investment. So therefore, you're going to have to let other people, because. Obviously, if you own the property, it's not going to happen. They're not saying that. What they're saying is, if this is ever subdivided or sold in the future, this has to be granted to other people too.
Well, I can send you the application, but it clearly says that they can run power lines across my property to feed any other member in the future.
That's right. That's what I just said. Any other member in the future, should any people develop out there. That's right. Because they don't want to just do it for you. It's not worth the money.
So I already provide a reasonable amount of my land for a power line feeding other people already.
Well, you're not providing it. It was there before you got there.
It crosses my land.
But it was there before you bought it. Keith, I know you're looking at this. Listen, man, I understand what you're saying, but you bought it with it existing. And so therefore, it's not the same as if they came in and just did it. You knew it was there. So when you say, I am providing this, you're not providing anything extra that wasn't already there when you bought it. The piece of pie...
I will be the minute I sign this application.
Well, yes, you will. That's true. That's true. The new application...
And all I want is
and I'm not...
drop, and I'm already...
And I'm not telling you need to... I'm not telling you that you need to sign that without looking at it. I have no idea what they're asking, except in the past, when I have been provided power or any utility, what they ask is that whatever they do, they're able to then use that drop or whatever they put there, and it's sometimes a little outbuilding or something, whatever they do, they're able to use in the future for other feeds. That's what they're saying. It's not uncommon, let's put it that way. Am I telling you you need to do it? No. But I will tell you this. These people have a company and can deny you service unless they have an exclusive, if they have an exclusive franchise with anyone. I don't know how it works, if it's a co-op, if it's a franchise, or if it's just a private company. But if you're thinking in your head, because I'm trying to jump ahead, if you're thinking, okay, well, if you don't give me service, get the lines off my property, you can't do that either because it predates you. And it's been there, if it's been there since the 50s, there's probably no chance in hell you're going to get rid of it. So you can't use that pressure either. I think they might have you. They're saying, look, we'll give you power, but if we give you power, we're going to need to have access. Now, they might be unreasonable. They might be saying, in addition to the teeing off or spreading out from where you are, they might be saying, plus we want to be able to bring in new lines, which doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't.
I feel I've provided enough chunk of land for this main feed to feed a whole neighborhood.
I think the fact that it's just not recorded, though, it's just not the right argument, man. They're going to end up winning.
Well, what do you mean you've already provided? You mean the thing that was there when you bought it?
Yeah, this power line is already crossing my property and feeding a big chunk of people.
You're not providing that, Keith. It was provided long before you got there. You bought it. It's like, honest to God, buying a restaurant where the restaurant fed the poor 10 years ago, and then you come in and take credit for it. This prescriptive easement, this easement existed long before you, and it was already provided. You bought knowing it was there. If I buy a half a pie, and I pay for a half a pie, and I understand it's a half a pie, I can't then say, I provided you with the other half. You didn't. It was already gone when you bought the pie. I don't know how to explain it to you other than that. I'm not telling you they have a right to just do anything they want, but you did not provide anything. You are not continuing to provide if it's already there. So we have to, first of all, we just have to figure out what they're trying to do and if it's unreasonable. But to go back and use that argument is just not going to work.
So what do I have to provide them as access now to this power?
That's what we don't know. That's what we have to find out, because they might be unreasonable. First, what I'd like to start out with is what they're asking you to sign. Am I way over time? Oh, my God. Okay, we're going to run right up into the end right here, so hold on a second.
I've not heard that term prescriptive easement before.
This report is sponsored by Burlington.
The drive
Okay, an easement,
right now.
it says, it's a use of a property of another that can be created by just being there, basically, okay? It's implied. In other words, in the old days, they didn't record shit. They just built shit. Now you can't go back 50 years later and say, oh, get it off of here. You can't do it. It's prescriptive. It's like, it happened.
I came up against that at my house. I had a power line from the pole from my neighbor's house.
It's an implied easement. It's exactly what I meant. It's prescription. It is an implied easement. It's been there. You go buy that land. You can't buy the land near an airport and say, fuck it, move the airport. I mean, you know.
That was the term that was used. I had a power line went with a pole across my yard to the neighbor's. They made me underground it when I went on the driveway because I couldn't style for everything. They wouldn't let me go under it without being 16 feet high. So I had to pay to underground, and they called it prescriptive easement. That's the first time I ever heard that.
This guy will never use it. Not in the 50s. I mean, it would be back taxes or an IRS letter.
Well, it gets worse than that. Imagine that feeds one of his neighbor's property, and it goes out, and they need to get on it. What are they going to let the guy fucking freeze to death or something?
I mean, that's what mine was. It went across to the neighbor's yard. It went across my property. But when I wanted to put a back garage in, they wouldn't let me go under it unless it was 16 feet high, and that was impossible because it was a single-story house. So I had to pay to underground the whole damn thing. It went to the neighbor's house. Yeah.
Because he wanted to make a change.
I was making a change, and they said there was a prescriptive easement there. The first time I'd heard that term, Tom just said it again, so now I understand what it was. Because it was there before I wanted to go under it. Oh, yeah. That power line has been there since they built the house, I'm sure. But you can't, you got to be 16 feet high above a driveway.
Yes.
I guess, so we're talking about power.
When I went to Dr. Broadway for my neograph hair
I went from the
restoration
pole to his
procedure,
house.
I had very high
Of course,
hopes
the house is only a
results.
single-story
He had
house,
crossed
so it went
Kaminsky,
down.
and now about
So
2
it
months
wasn't
later,
16
my
feet
high
above
expectations
the
have been exceeded. My
Well,
wife
you
and
know,
my friends and my
what
K-pop
do I-
colleagues
by the way,
have all told me that my hair
Mark,
is
you
great
made
and
I like your analogy about the
is,
speeding
and they
ticket.
can't believe
Better
how
than I like the
quickly
analogy
it's
about
made
the
me
rest.
look
That was the worst. That was the worst analogy I ever heard from Tom. He's pretty good at it. It's like if you own a restaurant and you felt a homeless for 10 years, and now you don't.
Here. Is refinancing
Yeah.
home the right
You
call?
hate the hammer.
Because I buried
You only
the
had the
hammer.
hammer.
Talk to one of the salary-based mortgage consultants at American Financing. They're going to listen to your needs, discuss your financial goals, and then customize a loan from home to save you the most money. That's why they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. I'm here with Gabby from American Financing. Tell us more.
That's right, John.
Yeah?
We take pride in our
Well, I just
customer
put conduit
service.
in for his phone line and
Customers
cable
save up to
TV too, so I don't
$1,000.
have to worry,
Hi,
deal
it's
with any
Gabby
of that either
Montato,
later.
co-founder
Can't
of
remember.
I'm sure there's
Housing. If you're a homeowner, now
Sorry,
is the
remember
first time to take
Richfield
advantage of
home
low
problem?
Yep, yep, yep.
Okay, that got resolved. He wants to come on and thank you for the help. That being said, so
They
just,
never got back with me.
right, so that being said, I just wanted to give you a heads up so you can kind of recap the issue. 'Cause I got no idea. It must have come in when we were in Hawaii, because I don't
I'm
remember
gonna
that
ask,
at all.
I need to ask them what actually they got for that. I just left messages with the guy never called me back. So what line is he on? How come on?
Smart button. Richfield never
That's on air.
Real estate.
He wants to know, like, what can I get Dan? I want to get him something.
A new car.
car!
Like whiskey. I'm like,
It's always new car.
This is the guy from Bakersfield, right?
I didn't ask because I don't even remember the call.
You got a line
When we were in
right.
Hawaii.
Stephanie used to dress your dog up like a
Oh my
snowman.
Oh, that's cute. Send it to me. Send it to me. We don't have any dogs yet.
Oh, God, maybe
Adorable.
Oh,
There's your winner.
That was a little, she had a little, oh, God, whatever the hell it was. No, no, it's,
Looking to save money on Medicare?
what the hell, let's see.
In China, they call it dinner.
And she would dress it up like a snowman.
My two spouses are black, and so they have,
Together,
Skillford
Walgreens,
or,
like
We need
healthcare,
more costumes. Box, we put you on?
So bring
For
your
the
Oh, I
costume
gotta see
outfit?
all of them.
the costumes this year.
$100.
No, it was, Stephanie, my wife, before.
See, that's kind of weird. It almost looks like women's breasts.
No, you know, it's the first time in my life I've had.
You're saying I got man boobs in it? I mean, it's a little weird.
I
I was hoping not to see it.
It would be funny if you actually had the shirt with
Yeah,
this.
here's my phone. The stupid update went in, okay? I don't want.
You have to.
So
You
then,
have to take it.
You're going right out in a minute.
You don't do the update.
All right, I don't have a lot of time. I am so sorry. Keith, we are going to get somebody on to help you. We're going to talk about it. I need to look at your easement agreement. Patrick, the guy that we're following along, we called him the failure to launch kid, and he finally got with Job Corps, and he went away for training, and he's sticking to it so far, I hope, and we're getting an update. Patrick, what's the update? You finished training.
So where are you working?
Now what are you going to do? What's the next step?
I'm actually looking for a job at the moment.
Okay, and what are you trained?
Before I leave.
What are you trained for?
Welding, machining,
Wow.
composites, and automation.
Hey, really? Do you know how to weld?
I do.
That is a great skill. And machining. That, Clint's shaking his head because that takes a long time. But, basically you get a job, you'll get better and better. So maybe we help you in our next step to get you a job. Mark is looking very suspicious right now. Hold on, we got more coming up. People have asked me, Tom.
I thought the whole part of Job Corps is they get you a fucking job.
Biot.
Am I crazy? I really thought that was what Job Corps did.
Look at this They do other age-fighting therapies, including cosmetic procedures. They do microneedling, Juvederm, Botox, Vitalize Health. And the important thing about the Hormone Bros is they do everything by blood testing. 720-361-2302. People have called us, Tom, I know you do this. Pellet therapy, the most natural delivery. Oh, yeah.
So Hillary shirt might have won.
No, I do the pellet therapy. They're three brothers.
With the mega hat,
They work together as a
you could
family.
be called half and half.
Hormone Bros.
Hillary shirt, mega hat,
That's how you
be
can
half
find
and half.
HormoneBros.com.
What do you think?
Vitalized Health, HormoneBros.com. hormonebros.com or
No treatment.
hormonebros.com. How old are you? 361
Yeah. This guy's just
For sure.
what? Like told
No, he's just heavy. Seriously.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
No, he don't use
You ever watched that movie before?
Oh, actually, let me see. Oh, I heard it was great. I haven't seen it in 100 years.
Yeah.
You can't say Beetlejuice 3 times.
The scene where they're all dancing in the air.
So it gave me energy, it helped me build muscle, and it helped me just get over that hump of, I don't know, fatigue and all that, right? You know, kind of older you're tired, but man, it's, mac and cheese was pretty creative.
I thought that was
pretty
older.
damn creative.
I thought that was a good one, too.
You're talking about doing testosterone.
Beetlejuice.
Usually about 50s when people start.
Oh my God, these guys.
Yeah, look, he's skinny.
Wayne and, wait, where do they call
Wayne's World.
In some cases,
But who are they? They're Garth?
really low numbers.
Excellent.
I think it is Garth.
They look really good.
No, I
Garth
think
and
it's
Wayne.
this. And you know,
I think so. I think that's her.
if they say it's
Those are pretty,
normal
that's
for your
pretty
age,
good.
well, yeah, it's normal to die. So,
Yeah.
and I kept hearing the normal for my age, and then I found out that I had a bonding glove.
No, I know. When people say it's normal for your age, what they mean is, like he said, it's normal to die for certain ages.
Oh, it's not worth not being on. So what do they want to have your numbers? Is like
They just look at your testosterone.
I do the shots.
Yeah, but they look at your estrogen too for that, and then they want to see, because if you just do testosterone and nothing else, that testosterone might get routed to a different kind of.
Bob started doing it, estrogen, and look at his chest now.
T-shirt.
Nice.
Yeah, I have to.
So I might want extra estrogen.
So,
oh God, yeah.
Wayne.
What?
I don't know any guys now over 50 that aren't. The cream is
You got his email?
Send
it to me, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, I do the
Mark,
shots.
you reminded me of, my wife bought me a shirt that says Mandalay Industries.
Oh, yeah.
And a couple months ago, we were at a family get-together, and she said, my nephew said, Austin, you know what this is? And he goes, man boobs?
Okay, your general health, the way you feel.
Now, what did he do for Mandalay Industries?
Yeah, but that's not the big part. It's not. I mean,
latex
it helps. Yeah,
products.
Latex salesman.
Yes.
And Jerry comes in and he's
Why
like,
would I buy latex from you?
If you were my latex salesman,
Sir.
What is this thing about Bill for no reason? I apologize for the trouble.
So,
We're getting something about Microsoft maybe?
Oh, yeah, that's,
You're taking care of it?
Frank said he could hold as long as you want, so, but this is.
send it to me. I didn't get it.
This is what he put.
So you don't actually know. Yeah, you don't know it until you get on it, and then you go, I just thought it was small.
There it is, right there.
Well, I got another one now, but from the snake bite, but I had the abscess in my heel from frostbite.
Okay, then I'll start doing that. I didn't know if you really got your text in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Did you forward that to me?
Me?
Oh, no, it makes it big. Me too. I thought it was sent to you too. I thought you feel more.
I don't know. I mean, it could be old.
Really? It's just, I don't know anybody that's ever gotten on testosterone that ever go off. Yeah, we'll definitely look into it.
Go to the hormone bro.
Yeah, that's a better way to do
Now,
it.
or if you don't know a primary care doctor.
Why do you want to go?
I don't.
Why do you want to go on testosterone?
More energy.
More energy, you feel better, you know, health better.
If your doc happens.
I let other people be the guinea pig way before I get involved, man. Deputy Dan's not having the best time. Suzanne seems to like it, but it could be placebo at this point. She's only been on it 2.5 years. Now, he kind of speaks pretty well for it, though. He's 72 now.
My wife's been on for 10 years. About 10 for 10 years. She does good.
Actually,
Mark, this is
how long you been on BioT? Three?
3, at least 3.
3 years.
If you remember him, if you remember him, 8 years ago, he was pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So you know,
Take a turmeric.
Maybe 10.
It's just over-the-counter supplement.
Yeah, pretty heavy.
You lose weight, you actually have to be
gain muscle. And it does help you.
Yeah, but he works out, man.
Yeah, you can't be like,
so I do
shock. Encouragement to work out, though, because you see
results.
results.
Plus you have energy, right?
Yeah, and you see results. That's the most important thing, seeing results. I mean,
BioT is
right.
capsules. But they actually put
So,
in skin,
is it,
but they're
any
not just testosterone.
I can't
estradiol,
think
which is a thing.
What are they called?
Yeah, we'll look into that.
I can't think of
What is thyroid? It's a balance. Progesterone. There's a number of hormones that we have. We have about 4, and they BioT balance all of them.
Hey, send me Steve's email from Steve the painter.
It's probably on the referral.
Anti-estrogen or anything like that when you're on the...
Oh, I'm searching in the wrong place.
It's all balanced from that one...
From that one capsule that's injected in. They balance all. See, I have to do a shot and then a tablet for an estradiol to keep from turning into estrogen.
Some people need to do that, so you need to, make sure that you're doing the right.
Your labs are.
That's exactly.
I found it.
That makes because some people need. I need estradiol as well because
That's the anti-estrogen.
Well, yeah, because my extra testosterone would be used for estrogen, so I would have too much estrogen. So that's just my metabolism. So what you have to do is convert that. You have to stop that from happening.
Stop the conversion.
Stop too much. You want to keep a ratio of estrogen.
Yes, thyroid mixed in yours.
No,
My wife does. Yes.
Now, Tom Martino, the troubleshooter.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan, whether you're buying or buying for yourself or refinancing, you can use Ideal Home Loans, and you get an interest rate guarantee. So we have people on the line who need help, and that's what we do. We help, and we'll help you anytime you need it. You just call us at 303-713-TALK. Or if you call 303-MARTINO, you can call 24/7, 303-627-8466. And as many people here will attest, we call you back, and we get in touch with you. So one of the things we also do is provide referrals. It's a necessary part of our business, so we take control of it, okay? We could have done it both ways. We could have done it passively and just sneak commercials in, or we actively recommend the people we believe in, like Ideal Home Loans. For your next Ideal Home Loan, 303-867-7000. And the key thing there is an interest rate guarantee. If they go down, you don't get stung by refinancing or buying. You can do it again free through them. So let's go and talk to Ken. Ken, what's your comment, sir? Ken? Yes, sir. What's going on, Ken? Yes. Well, thanks.
There should be more people on the media and the radio to do what you do.
I
you
appreciate
are absolutely wonderful. I've used your referral list.
Sounds like this sounds like a setup. Thank you, Ken.
No, it isn't. But the second reason I called, I have a 30-year-old car that I want to get painted.
A 30-year-old car?
Well, I have a 20-year-old truck, too.
Wait a minute. This 30-year-old car, how many miles on it?
I have 88,000 miles on it.
Wait a minute. Only 88,000 miles.
And that's recorded miles, too.
Yeah. So, honest to goodness, this is, what kind is it? It sounds extraordinary. What kind is it?
It's a Cadillac Eldorado touring car.
Oh my! Is it in great condition?
I bought it on this Saturday, and I have all the original.
Wait, you bought it? You just bought it?
I just bought it Saturday.
Mark, would you believe it? If he just bought it Saturday. How do you know for sure it's only got that many miles, 88,000 miles, and it's 33? Did you say 33 years old?
No, actually, it's 28 years old.
Oh, 28.
I call it 30.
Oh, 28. Okay, that's still extraordinary. 88,000 divided by 28 is 3,142 miles a year. Divided by 365 would be 8 miles a day. Well,
it's a little old lady that drove it to church and back, as they say.
No. I have all the service
okay.
records.
What do you want it? What do you now?
Brand
Did you buy it from the original owner?
No, a second owner. They bought it in in 93.
Okay, so what can I do for you?
Okay. I meant
you want to get it painted, right? Well,
I want to get it painted.
There are there are 3 ways to get a car painted. Okay, seriously.
Okay.
One is the fast food way, the Makos and stuff, or even worse. And then you can go to like Earl Scheib. You can do like the cheapest paint job in the world, where it's basically just I don't know. I mean, I don't know why people bother, but you can do that. There's minimal prep. They spray it, you're done. They attempt to mask. Then there's a medium way where they mask very well and prep very well and then paint it. And then there is the what would you call it? The meticulous, anal retentive way, the obsessive compulsive way for the most ultimate show cars, where everything is stripped off the car. Every component is painted individually, and then the body is sprayed. Everything is then light sanded, it's done again, and then it's put back together. So which one do you want? Do you want the fast food, the medium, or the extensive?
I want the extensive. I want it showroom.
Okay, you have to go to, seriously, you have to go to these guys who do this for a living. You don't go to any body shop for that at all. None.
Yeah.
There is not, well, there are body shops, but that's all they'll do. Because you can't get a body shop that can stay in business if they try to mix in the other stuff. You can't mix in the other stuff. You have to either do that as a living, and I don't know anyone. Do we have on our list any hot rod builders or people that do antique and classic cars like that? I don't think we do. Now, I would find, what I would do, we can find out. I think Rowley would know some. Rowley, you know, being into Corvettes and older Corvettes like that, plus new ones, of course, he would know. Any of these clubs would know. If you have any lowrider clubs or any antique car clubs or any hot rod clubs, they know who the good guys are. They've been around long enough. So I'm thinking that for sure is one of the places, or several of the places I would go. But I don't have anybody just right off the cuff. Anybody here know anybody? You know anybody? I don't know. Mark? Dan? Clint?
Not what he's looking for.
Clint usually knows a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know what to tell you, man, other than that's how I would hunt for it. I would go to the Corvette clubs, to the antique car clubs, to the classic car clubs, and get names there. But in this business, the problem is you're going to find a lot of people who are very skilled but don't know how to run a business. Now, I'm not saying everyone, but a lot, where you pay money and you sit and you wait, and it's like 8 months later, nothing's done. A lot of these guys just don't know how to schedule work. They don't know they just don't know how to run a business. It reminds me of an old joke about the Italian shoemaker, okay, where you take shoes and you drop them off, and you say, I want some heels or a sole put on it. I need them repaired. And the little Geppetto says, okay, I do it. I do it. And he gives you a ticket. And then you forget about it. You come back 4 years later, and you give him the ticket. And he says, oh, how you been doing? He goes in the back room. He comes back out and says, I'll have those done on Wednesday. See, that's the kind of thing you come up against.
That sounds a lot like our industry, Tom.
No, really. It's like you wait, and then it takes just a short time to do it. But seriously, be very careful, Ken, in that regard. Okay, 303-713-TALK. Did Keith send his easement that they wanted to sign?
Let me look, Tom.
The agreement. The power company is telling him, in order for us to drop a service line to you, you're going to have to agree to a lot of future stuff on your land. Right now, let's go to, what were you going to say, Mark?
I thought your head hurt already. You
tried
to.
Well, no. That's something where you can't really negotiate a lot because they can deny you service. Ken, you have a follow-up. Let me. I remember Pharisee boys, the Pharisee brothers or whatever. Can you just recap that before you tell me what the follow-up is?
Sure. We bought a vehicle there, had a problem with the driver's interior door handle.
Was this a used car?
Yes, it was.
And the interior door handle, this was a weird one. What was wrong with it? And it seems simple to me.
It was it evidently behind the panel itself. There was a clip or something that was broken back there that they needed to just simply glue.
But why did you think? Now, did they say before you bought it? Did you notice this or after?
We went in to pay the final amount. We had them look at it the day we were paying the final amount.
But you had already purchased it, right?
Yeah. Well, yes. Basically, we had. We paid over half of it up front, and then a few days later paid the rest of it.
And so technically it was as is. But did they agree to fix it?
They did. They told us they would fix it, and then when we called back, it was like they had amnesia. They didn't remember anything about it. But
they wouldn't fix
it. And you called them, and they took care of it yesterday, and they did a good job.
Well, that's good.
So I just wanted to thank you for what you did.
You know what? That's really nice of you to let us know that they took care of it, and it was a minor problem. But people, you got to remember, when you do deals, the best way is to have it done before you buy it, really. The second best way is what's called we owe. We owe. We owe. We owe. We owe. I call it, for jokes, we owe, where you get a statement that says we owe, and then it lists what the dealer has agreed to do. 303-713-TALK. I'm happy we were able to help you there. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, is one of my good people on the referral list at referrallist.com. And what I'd like to do is talk about people who are selling their home, Frank. The worst thing in the world I see, like when people try to sell their own, and I always say, if you have a good broker like you, it never pays to sell it yourself. But whether you're trying to sell it yourself or you sell it with an inexperienced broker, one thing I noticed in a house sometimes is clutter. And I'm thinking, I almost get a bad negative feeling and don't want to see the rest of the house. And underneath all that could be a nice house. And I think that's just one of the small mistakes people make. But there are probably a lot of others, right, when you're listing a house?
Absolutely, Tom. In fact, we walk through the property with our clients. We point out all the tips and tricks. You know, it's funny how inexpensive paint and carpet could be, but yet it could add so much to their net bottom line in the end. So we'll walk through the property with them, talk about decluttering, maybe some paint and some carpet, and really help their net bottom line when we finish selling the property.
And give me an example of something you do.
Well, I'll tell you what we do. Like this one we recently sold, it was pretty cluttered. And so what we talked about in this instance is say, let's get the clutter out of here. Let's show off the square footage. We're going to send in our cleaning crew. We're going to clean your windows, your appliances. We're going to get this place shining and ready. By the time that happened, we ended up getting, I think, about $15,000 over the asking price.
Holy crap. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com, 303-920-1622.
This report is sponsored by Burlington.
There's a couple of slow spots on the Highway Drive in the metro area down south. A bit of delay eastbound C470 stop and go between Quebec and...
In no possible way had anything to do with getting that costume. I have no idea what it is.
God, I called Nick.
But that is definitely a
Mark,
woman
which
picking
one
out
is
costume. Oh, you'll know. Just pull them up. Are you getting them? You'll know.
Wide open from Arvada all the way up to Penny Boulevard as well.
Wow, that's cool.
What the forecast?
The couples costumes.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Wow. And I saw the two noodles, whatever they were.
That's the one I'm talking about.
The green things.
No. These are blue.
The blue, they're...
Burlington, your coat headquarters.
So we're going to, have it at their house because they're having more family in.
Retailers prices every day. Burlington stores are packed with anoraks, puffers, and
things, I don't know what they're called.
Plus boots, scarves, and hats. Burlington, style for everyone.
You've heard me talk about art of gravity.
They want to come like Beetlejuice does.
Yeah, I was going to tell you, I don't really feel like it.
Keith send the
He's working on it.
Well, what the hell? Oh, he has to get
Ken's still on the line or anything?
Ken, the auto body? No.
Okay.
I got Kate's beautiful countertops and supplies cabinets direct from the manufacturer.
Patrick said something.
And other natural stone. You can buy what he has or else he'll go get it. You never have to go to a granny yard. and he'll send you the
The
wholesale
good is
price.
great.
Yeah,
He
he
did.
doesn't make any money on the granite. He uses his
consumes
contractor
90 hours of
fabricates it for you.
machining.
If you don't think that's convenient, you're crazy.
Welding, 75 hours.
You know that 90 hours of machine making odds of getting this in before it goes like they call it adjustment.
I think a lot of it's just strictly introduction.
You guys all mentioned reviews when we have no reviews and we help so many people. Do you mention to them? No, you don't, do you?
No.
Dan, do you ever mention to people to do reviews? No.
Probably a couple times.
I don't know. I don't do it enough.
Ask me.
We
But
don't.
let's say we don't find it. I mean.
Well,
No, we should start to.
No, they find us.
we have so many people.
No, I shouldn't
Yeah,
say that.
they owe us.
I shouldn't say that.
No, I mean, we help them. Just go on and tell the truth.
Yeah. We should be getting a lot more than we do.
Okay, here it is. He says focus is on paragraph 1, page 2.
All right, $20, one check. Anybody? Come on, $20.
No, you'll get it.
Come on. Nobody?
Oh, man, I should have.
Well, he tried to
Wow,
do that.
don't quit your day
You
job.
guys would have had 20.
He tried to do it like that.
That's a little
He tried
Tom.
to-
That's a little
Guys,
Tom
what
like
happened?
from last time.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I forget what it was.
It had to do with the death tax.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Have you ever wanted to refinance your mortgage but didn't want to start a
What's up, man?
When do you eat lunch? Because you're on the show till 1.
I don't eat till 4 or 5 o'clock.
That's when you have
Yeah,
lunch.
I know. I'll get it. I'll get it.
No, sometimes
Thanks.
I'll eat during the day. Sometimes, but most of the time, for the last 25 years, I've been eating one meal a day. Most of the time. But I have coffee with cream in it, and I have once in a while I eat. Like yesterday, I had peanut butter.
I never do.
It's your mortgage, your way.
Never. I don't eat till after 4 o'clock.
Yours stays the
Work
same.
with all these people that don't eat.
I used to be that way. I used to not eat until we got home from work the next
You
day.
know what?
And then I would go work myself and I went to bed and I would weigh about 30 pounds lighter. Nothing.
That's good. Yeah.
No, I eat between usually 4 and 6.
Just once a day?
Yeah, just normal meal too. Nothing. In fact, I probably don't. I might even eat less than I used to, honestly,
I'm sure you do.
in that one meal. But no, it took about after 6 months, hunger pains, all that shit's gone. It's not even a. The hardest part is social. Like he even does it to me. Let's go out and have lunch. I don't eat fucking lunch. It's really weird. And then if I'm sitting there at a meeting and everybody's ordering and I'm not ordering, they're like, "What's wrong with him?" So well, I don't eat.
I got the opposite problem. I take medication. I have to eat after I take it or eat a hole in my stomach.
We can tell.
Yeah. I have to eat.
That would be weird if you had to eat.
I can't stop eating.
Yeah, but you're built.
Yeah, but
you're burning energy.
Yeah.
So your metabolism is real
If
high.
you're bored, you eat.
Wait till you see this new guy, Mike, from this HVAC company in the Springs.
He's like me.
He played for the CFL. He's 56, man. He'd be a good commercial for Biotech. He's built like a brick shit house.
Nice.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, artofgranite.net. Just remember the website. If you want turnkey kitchen for countertops, backsplash, cabinets, that's what they do. Small markup on cabinets, direct from the manufacturer. They do not charge any markup on their stone. They're direct stone importers. And you can get quartz, the newest range, of course, granite, or whatever you want. The important thing is wholesale on materials, no charge for tear out and haul away, no charge for the bathroom when you do the kitchen. And you can get a price on the phone because of that simplicity. But they do beautiful work, 100% satisfaction. Here it is. 303-386-5919, 303-386-5919, artofgranite.net. In all of my years dealing with him, I have one complaint on the books right now that we're working on. You know what? Everyone in the world gets complaints. Everyone in the entire world gets complaints. It's how you deal with them that counts. Anyway, Art of Granite, 303-386-5919. Except I don't think I've ever gotten a complaint about Frank Duran. I don't think I have, Mark. I can't think of...
I had one guy tell me he was too nice.
Yeah, that might be it. Okay. I read this easement. Not this easement, this agreement. Now, this is not a legal opinion, but I am familiar with... This is a co-op for sure, based on the language, because they talk about members and membership. And co-ops, basically, it's like anything else. They have a co-op, and they are providing electricity to people who are members. And Keith wants to be a member and wants to get electricity. And they're saying to Keith, Keith, if you want electricity, we're going to do it under certain conditions. And it says the applicant does hereby without cost grant Mountain View, so it's not going to cost them anything, easements and rights of way, including ingress and egress over, on, and under all lands owned, leased, or mortgaged by the member on such reasonable terms and conditions as the association shall require. Now, the important thing is they say reasonable terms and conditions, meaning that they left that open, as the association would require. For what? For furnishing of electric service to the member, him, or any other members, and for construction. So it's not just for the supplying of electricity, but also for the construction, operation, maintenance, enlargement, inspecting, meter reading, and relocation of electrical lines as needed for such purpose, including the right to cut and trim trees and shrubbery near any lines. Okay? At no cost to him, they're asking for this access. If I was in his position, and I would probably sign it. I would. I have signed these before. They're saying, look, we're going to bring in electrical to you, but we want you to grant us access for future electrical of members. Now, obviously, this is what I would say. Because I owned all the property around it, I would say that is reasonable. They want to be able to, if I subdivide that property, they want to be able to supply electricity. Or if I sell a piece of it. Because otherwise, there's no reason to supply electricity if there's no one there. So what they're saying, Keith, is if they grant you electricity and come onto your property, they want to be able to branch off of it to any surrounding property.
And going further, the person he bought it from most likely signed that same type of agreement, is how those poles that are there now ended up there.
Well, it was in the 50s. They may have just owned it at the time. I don't know. We don't know how that happened. I don't know, Keith. Do you have any neighbors? What's your closest neighbor in that property surrounding that 80 acres?
Oh, really close to the neighbors. As I told you, I bought it off of a 1,000-acre cattle pasture.
All right, you bought 80 acres, right?
Yep.
Okay. Are you surrounded by big acreage?
Yes.
Are they okay? Where is the closest density of homes, let's say of 5 acres or less?
Next door to my property, it starts into 5-acre plots.
Okay. And how do they get electricity?
From this line that I'm describing.
So it's already there.
Yep.
Okay. So the only time I would see that they would need to build more lines and stuff is if you or your neighbors subdivide. That's what I'm seeing.
Well, on the west side of me, there are the 5-acre lots. On the east side is a 1,000-acre.
Well, but I'm just saying, if anyone subdivides, they don't need it for the 5-acre lots that are already there.
No.
They're only going to need it for the future. So it's really your decision on whether or not you would do this. Now, I will tell you this. If you don't grant access, that's up to you. You don't get electricity either. And the price of your property diminishes extremely. If you have in place an agreement to distribute power and you want to sell in the future to a developer, whether it's for big acreage or small acreage, whatever happens in the future, then you have increased the value of your property. But I'm not trying to talk you into it. I mean, hell, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. But one thing I'm fairly certain about, you can't use the past and what previous property owners did to grant access as your leverage to get electricity.
So I have decided not to get electricity from them.
Okay.
And we're going solar 100%.
Good. Are you going to do it with, who are you going to do it with?
I'm actually in the design process, so I'm really open to ideas on that.
I want you to remember, now, I want you to shop, for sure. But the website is gocamsolar.com. The reason I mention these guys, they're really good at systems you want to own. They're not into the leasing, okay? So, in other words, with a big system that's going to do your whole house, you'll get enough tax credits where you won't have to put any money out. You'll just make a monthly payment. But from the beginning, that monthly payment is your electricity anyway. So, but once it's paid off, you don't pay it anymore.
And a 20-year bumper-to-bumper.
Now, listen, they do 20 years bumper-to-bumper on parts and labor. Of course, that's only as good as the company. So they've been around a long time. But no matter what, it's better than nothing, right? It's a warranty for certainly as long as you're going to own it. And just go to that website and put in your lot description, gocamsolar.com/troubleshooter, and what they will do is tell you the amount of solar radiation you can expect as far as kilowatts and all of that over the next 20 years. It's gocamsolar.com and then /troubleshooter, or just look around. Now, I urge you to shop, but we have found clowns, and I mean clowns in this business. Keith, if you're going to go 100% solar, then you have solved your problem. But
no, he still wants to 86 those existing ones.
No. I think that's where the issue's going to come in the future, way in the future. Keith, how old are you?
52.
Okay, probably not going to affect you, but way in the future, if they want to bring electricity to people and you have not granted any kind of rights for additional work, they will have to do an eminent domain. And, you know, as we know, years ago, I think it was in Pennsylvania, the right to eminent domain to private enterprise has been granted. The Supreme Court upheld it. In fact, it shocked many, many people when that happened, meaning private enterprise, private business can take over someone's property if they show it's for the public good.
Which would mean, in a lot of cases, a heck of a lot of tax revenue.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not saying they're going to do that right away, but I think you've solved your problem. Now, if you already decided to go 100% solar, and you showed me this easement agreement, why did you do it if you've already solved your problem? Was there something else on your mind?
Yeah, so ultimately this call was to find an attorney to help me understand my rights, because there is no defined easement as to what their access rights are or my access rights.
Prescriptive easement. You need prescriptive easement.
You know, before that property was subdivided, I keep going back to that. Tom, you don't think someone that owned that parcel at one point signed that agreement? He just said there's a neighborhood next to him.
No, because here's why. It would come up in a search from the title company. Didn't you say nothing came up?
I didn't say it was recorded. I'm saying signed that agreement.
Oh, well, somebody might have signed this agreement giving people access, but that doesn't matter on his property. Well,
I want that agreement. I want them to provide that to me. I want an attorney to help me write a letter and say, just give us your legal reason to be on this land, and I'll be done with it. And
they don't have to. First of all, let me explain something. The absence of an agreement and time alone is their right under a prescriptive easement. Okay? All right. But I want you to talk to an attorney, because I'm not giving you legal advice. I am just saying, based on my years and years of developing property, prescriptive easements that have been established are there, and you're not going to get them to move. Now, if they don't maintain it, if they sloped, if they were dangerous, anything like that, you can get them to improve it. But, you know, you don't go in and buy a property where there's been a line there since the 50s and then demand that it be moved. You just don't do it.
That.
Okay,
I just want an attorney to help me out.
Yeah, in fact, I'm almost sure.
I couldn't find one. Yeah.
No. I'm looking right now.
I know a good eminent domain attorney.
Well, that might be it. I think it's here's who I would go to. I would go to Montgomery, Little, and Sloan, the law firm. Montgomery, Little, and Sorin. I'm sorry. They're in the tech center. They're not related to me at all. They're not on the referral list, but Nathan Osborne has done a lot of writing on prescriptive easements.
And there's another guy, Bob Hoban. And
how do you know him?
When I went through eminent domain with the city of Denver, I got to know him.
So you're looking for Montgomery, Little, Sorin, S-O-R-A-N, and Nathan is the guy there, Nathan Osborne. And then, Mark, give that one again.
Bob Hoban. I don't remember his contact. Just type in Bob Hoban, attorney, Denver. But that's what he did. I mean, he fights eminent domain. But my point is, he'll know the answer to your question.
Yeah, yeah. And Keith sounds reasonable. He's not trying to do away with it. People, we have a lot of costumes. If you go to YouTube or if you go to Facebook, you can see the costumes.
What's your favorite?
That we're streaming. So far, I like the mac and cheese. I think that's very creative.
It is.
So cute.
Yeah, very creative. And then there was one other one I got to think of.
How about the blow-up ones that look like, I don't even know what they look like.
They're not that creative, I think. What are they supposed to be?
I don't know, but I'm convinced the wife bought those and made the husband wear one.
First of all, women are the controller of costumes. I
agree with that.
If you go as a couple, your wife's going to be dictating what you do. Hey, listen, SentryRV.com, CENTURY, Sentry as in 100, will get you a website where you'll have fun finding out about RVs. RVs are so much fun. Mark and Suzanne are enjoying theirs all winter, and you can too. They have new and used RVs, and they have incredible blowout sales, even going on now, especially now, because they're getting rid of stuff for the new models, and the old models are just perfect anyway. SentryRV.com, 303-453-1111. 2 locations in Lakewood, and then in Denver, or north of Denver, on I-25 and the 119 turnoff to Longmont.
I still like Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I still like that pretty good.
Beetlejuice is good. That Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Is there more than one Beetlejuice? No. He must have no hand in his relationship.
I'm Jim from
He needs hand. Hand. You know, and you're doing
That's right.
Troubleshooter. But I think you gotta go to the live stream to see it. Where do you see all the costumes?
He's putting them through. He's rotating them right now. That's about a minute behind.
On the live, Troubleshooter Live, right?
Yeah.
Evaluation of your lot to see what it will generate over the next.
What was not up yesterday? Usually on my TV, I turn to YouTube, the live streaming, and the show comes through.
Live?
Yeah.
If it was up.
YouTube killed it.
I couldn't get it to come up.
YouTube killed it?
Yeah. Intro again.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it didn't come up.
No, you can always find it on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I could have brought it up there. Can I get it through my TV on Facebook? I guess I can. Yeah. I just never done it that way.
So
I take the day off.
Hey, tell me if that ever doesn't. Maybe if I got to start it over.
Well, I didn't know if it was me.
So we can't even get to it. How do you get to Troubleshooter Live?
You can go to the referral list.
So we're on Facebook.
Okay, you go to Facebook, so it's Troubleshooter. Here, let me go.
Yeah, and it brings up a bunch of old shows and articles.
Yeah, I couldn't get it.
Yeah, so it's, can't you go live? Look for live. It should be
live
live.
streaming somewhere.
Even if I hit Troubleshooter Live, it doesn't come up.
It should.
January 11th, May 3rd, see it doesn't.
You'll speak to someone local about different treatment
What's the one at the top? The
designed to help.
Can you go to video?
No more
Is there a video there?
no more denials. Get the help you need. Some health insurance covers the cost.
Troubleshooter Live,
For free, no
May
obligation.
19th.
Oh, May 19th.
The Raleigh House, 720.
It should say live.
It says live, but it has May 19th.
Really?
Date, yeah.
Because I can find it.
Call today.
Couldn't find anything to
Adams
show.
County voters, you have an important choice to make when you vote this
This is
year.
what I had yesterday. I
Make a
couldn't.
choice for less
Here, let me,
government and more freedom. And vote for
Or not.
District 24 Senate candidate Don Osborne. Libertarian Don Osborne wants to get the government out of your wallet. Don Osborne believes that people should take charge of their own lives. He thinks that government handouts are a mistake. Born in Rifle, Colorado,
I think it
Don
says
Osborne
live
is a
streaming.
proud father of 3 and a
No, I'll
grandfather.
tell you exactly what it
As a
is.
small business owner, Don saw firsthand
But it
the
should be right
burden
up
government
front.
puts
Yeah.
on
It should be right
entrepreneurs.
up front.
To learn more about
So you go to
District
Tom,
24
is it
Senate
Tom
candidate
Martino
Don Osborne.
referral list on your Facebook, right?
So referral list, not Troubleshooter?
That's DonForColorado.com. Vote for
You
Don
guys keep
Osborne
saying-
for state
I know,
senator
keep saying
Adams
both.
County.
He's got both probably there, but this is where it's Tom Martino referral list. Tom Martino's referral list, but I mean, you'll probably be bringing to that.
A criminal charge and a civil proceeding against your license. Get an
There's
experienced
a referral list.
Then go to videos.
Joseph,
That's it, right?
303-429-6200. That's 429-6200.
You push play.
Game. Affordable Interest Mortgage has been offering
And you can see you guys. You guys are on there right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Homeowners pay thousands less in
He probably had a 6-inch roof for
miles.
Yeah.
What's your banner?
He's 6. I mean, he's. I'm sure he's taller than me.
Have access to emergency funds when necessary and pay off their home in 8 to 15 years, which is 25 to 30. People initially believe that this loan.
How long is our delay? The delay, the studio delay.
Is it 10? Oh, I was thinking 14 seconds or something.
10 and 10. If you hit them both, it's 20, obviously.
No, not if you hit him at the same time.
We never do. You can never hit them exactly at the same time.
So, no, but if you hit it, and then he hits it 3 seconds later,
I think it goes 20.
Oh, I thought it would only go 13. That's curious.
Hey, Bruce, if I hit delay and 3 seconds later you hit delay, how long would the delay go?
Did it come up on?
20.
Oh, so period.
It's just 10 seconds once you trigger it.
There's also a delay to Facebook or the live stream.
Yeah, and it depends on
Okay.
I mean, it could be a half hour.
Oh, it could be a half hour.
Yeah.
What could be a half hour?
The delay going to Facebook or YouTube.
Really?
I've seen it way behind.
Oh,
it's all in their traffic, I'm sure.
I never knew that, man.
That's what I was asking. Because yesterday,
6:30
on the radio,
and an iHeart radio station.
Wait.
Why is that bad?
If you have an addict in your family, if you know of anyone who is struggling with addiction and you have questions, you can call free of charge as many times as you want, confidentially, complimentary, the Raleigh House. The Raleigh House takes, of course, clients who are struggling with substance abuse. But they don't try to drum up business from just anywhere. They want people they know they can help. There are other programs available. The Raleigh House should be the first place you call, and they really can help you decide. They can answer all of your questions about addiction, about the addiction itself, about the person, about approaching them, about insurance, about cost, about all of that. TheRaleighHouse.com, 720-893-5559, 720-893-5559. Okay, Larry wants help. Or Larry, what kind of help do you want?
A little bit of financial help.
What's going on? Now, we very seldom give financial help directly. We do sometimes in very extreme circumstances. We also help people raise money. Here's what we do financially. We have a charity account that we distribute when needed to people, and it's usually extreme cases, and that's funded by us and by wonderful listeners. We also have direct help where people want to help someone, and we make the connection. So we have the connection help, we have the direct help, and then we have fundraising help where somebody gives us a site and we help them raise funds. Wouldn't you say that sums it up when it comes to money?
Yeah.
We have found very seldom does money help people. And I'm just saying this, Larry, in general. This has, I don't even know what you're calling about. But a lot of people that have fallen off the cliff, the money is just a temporary patch and they end up, you know, they just don't make a difference. We want to help someone make a difference in their life and go on. So now, having said all of that, I hope I didn't discourage you. What's going on with you?
My catch-22 is, Lisa's got stage 4 brain cancer, and her time is getting short. And Friday, she got a call from her dad, said he's going in the hospital. Well, Saturday, he called back. This morning, he's probably just finished having triple bypass surgery. He lives in Fort Myers.
All right, let me get this straight. Lisa is who?
She's my wife.
And are you divorced? Are you divorced?
No.
Okay, so Lisa, where is Lisa right now, Larry?
She's with her mom down in the hospital getting looking.
Where is that, Larry? I'm trying to paint.
Here in Denver.
Okay, so
she used the University Hospital.
So Lisa,
check on PET scan.
Lisa, your wife has stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, and found out her dad had triple bypass surgery
Where?
This morning, Fort Myers, Florida.
Okay.
How old's her dad? 66, I think it is.
And
Wow.
we didn't even realize he was sick until Saturday, and the doctor says, I'll be back. You know, he sent him home. I'll be calling you soon.
Right.
I guess within an hour, he called back and said, you need to come back. And they started prepping him and told him what, I guess he had 3-4.
Okay. So Larry, Lisa right now is under treatment for stage 4 brain cancer.
Yeah, I'm standing there looking at her. One of her prescriptions is called Alan Brigg.
Yeah. I don't need. We don't need to know that. Larry, how is she doing? How is she doing?
She's fighting it real good. The new chemo, it's a tablet form chemo.
Really?
Been on 5 months, $10,800 a bottle for 30 tablets.
Wow. Wow. So she has been, Larry, she has been fighting it, putting up the good fight. How's her prognosis?
Terminal. When she left the hospital 2.5 years ago from Rose Medical Center, the oncologist gave her a letter, and we opened the letter about 6 months ago. They gave her 3 to 6 months. Do the math. So I thought it would help both of them if I had waited.
Of course it would. And the dad is doing this triple bypass when?
He's probably just coming out of surgery about now.
Oh, he's coming out of surgery.
Yeah,
okay.
He had it this morning.
Oh my goodness. So here's the bottom line. You guys, how do you support yourself now?
I'm retired, and
from what?
52 years. 22 years with Frontier Airlines, 26 years with RTD.
Oh, and you don't get any flying privileges from Frontier from back in the day?
No, they went bankrupt.
So this is the new Frontier.
The new Frontier. I went back to them, and they wanted to pay me $7.50 an hour to start over with 20.
How old are you right now, Larry?
You really need 76.
Wow. So wait a minute.
How old is she?
You're older than your father-in-law?
Yep. And Lisa's 48.
You dirty dog.
I was going to say the same thing.
Not really.
How long have you guys been together?
21 years. My first wife, I helped my kids bury last Valentine's Day. She had breast cancer.
What airline? Or I'm sorry, what city is the dad in?
Fort Myers, Florida.
Okay. So anyway, do you know they do have hardship fares, I thought. No more, huh? No more? Do they even have bereavement fares? What's that?
We pulled it up. They got, oddball fares, but
how much does it cost to fly round trip?
I haven't even looked at that. Last time she went down there, I sent her down there about a year and a half.
How long would she go for?
Is she she's not too sick to fly?
No.
Okay.
I sent her down for 3 or 4 days, whatever. And I want to send the granddaughter, our daughter, down with her. She's 13. So
now, right now, Larry, you're just looking for help on a round trip ticket for one person?
For two. My granddaughter. I don't know if they have a child fare or not.
How old is she?
13.
Why would you send a 13-year-old?
With her mom, with Lisa.
Just to help her, you mean?
Well, to be with her. It's Grandpa's only.
Oh, okay. I don't, Larry, now listen, obviously we would love to help you, but the really critical stuff we come up against where we give out money is way more urgent. I'm not saying you don't have a great case. In fact, I don't want you to think that at all, but we have to make this money go as far as possible. We do, however, have your story, and maybe if someone wants to help, we would coordinate it. Of course, what we would do first is if anyone's listening, you can be assured of this. We will vet the story and check it and make sure everything Larry is saying is true. What were you going to say?
There's a lot of people out there have miles that they'll never be able to use that many of them.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe donate some miles.
How do you know how many miles you have? What do you do to go find out? I mean, that's a great... Can you donate miles to somebody? I don't even know if you can. Can you?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. So, Larry, I'll check to see how many miles I have. I didn't even realize it. So, hold on. let's get Larry's information. You heard the story. What do you guys think? 303-713-TALK. We have open lines, so get your calls right in. And let's talk about costumes. And please send us costumes. Help@troubleshooter.com. We want to know the best costumes, and we want to give $100 to the best costume. And we've had some entries now we want to talk about. Bright Light Chiropractic is a bright light in your life if you're looking for a chiropractor. Bright Light Chiropractic, brightenyourfamily.com. Dr. Mike Hederscheit is a good guy, and he's at University and County Line. And what I love about his practice is it's for the whole family. It's also very gentle, targeted adjustments, unlike anything you've experienced. He gets effectiveness without the jarring. If you're new to chiropractic, it's excellent. If you've been with chiropractic and you love it, you'll love Dr. Mike at Bright Light Chiropractic, and especially because of the cost. Adjustments are only around $30 or a little more depending on your situation. Veterans, it's $30, and $50 for a complete workup with x-rays and scans, thermal scans. BrightenYourFamily.com.
In April, Tom, when I went to my first wife passed away down in Phoenix, I was 2 days over where you get that break on fare, so it's a difference between $130 and $800.
Well, wait a minute. Well, you know, I fly to Florida every 4 to 6 weeks. My wife lives in Central Florida, so I get tickets sometimes for $40 one way, so $80.
It's about $261.
Yeah, did you check Frontier?
That's who it is. That's the cheapest. It's $261.
And so where's that going though?
Fort Myers.
How much advance notice
to Fort Myers?
And that doesn't include baggage or...
No, then they got to pay for
seat
baggage.
assignment.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad donated. My dad had like so many miles he'd never use them.
You can carry on a bag, or you know, like a book bag or whatever.
Yeah,
That's what I do. I just roll up my clothes and me and my dog go.
Me and your dog?
Yeah. On my Boxer, I get row 10 on Frontier. Row 10, there's only 2 seats, and then this where there was a seat is missing, so there's space for him to go right there.
Cool.
Yeah, it's great.
So you don't got to pay extra for bringing on a dog.
It's $75 to bring on a dog. So.
Yeah. Is that all?
Yeah,
Let him run
75.
around?
Huh?
You let him run around?
I don't, but when I go to the bathroom, he does. You know, he's wondering where Dad is, and he takes off down the hall or the aisle.
Yeah, they think it's cheap, but Bob brought up a good point.
What's that?
Well, just one bag. It's going to be
It's
another
$50.
$100.
$50 round.
One each way.
$50 each way. Yeah.
So another $100.
Yeah.
Now,
Then you got to pick your seat, and the cheap seats start at $9.
or you don't pick your seat. You don't have to.
Yeah,
They
you
won't
don't.
probably get together.
But the wife and daughter could be separated.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, she's 13. She's old enough to.
Or you can buy the cheaper ones. There's ones in there for $7 or $6.
Put together your retirement plan.
Yeah.
There may be ways to save significant amounts of taxes.
But if just between the two of them, they could go with one
I
bag.
fly Frontier a lot. I mean, I pay where you get the upgraded seats for $30 and the
Yeah,
bag
which
and all
are
that.
barely
It's still
you get a little more leg room.
Yeah. You can pay $50 to get in the first,
you get the
second row.
The first 4 rows are pretty good.
Yeah, the second row for sure.
My nephew's is a captain on the Frontier, but their buddy passes thing.
Oh yeah.
Forget it.
So those ladies and stuff, were they
Stand by. You
angry
never.
about the one black lady there with the flower on her stomach?
No, they're saying they're suggesting different kinds of bathing suits depending on your body. And you're not supposed to do that. Everybody should be able to wear the same exact kind of bathing.
Yeah, that's body shaming,
Yeah,
you
Dan.
asshole.
Dan thinks all bodies are the same.
Man, I look like shit
Or no.
in a bikini.
I would agree.
So tell me again, why
I don't even gotta see it.
why can't that dress up like a cowboy?
Let me look that up.
Because you guys are fighting Indians.
That might be it. Where did we read that article? Was I
Yeah, I
showing it
think
to
you
you?
told me. I think you told me. That's the one. Because you were killing Indians and Mexicans.
Ross has been getting away with this thing with his car. He's got a white Cherokee with a red interior. We've been calling it the, what's her name?
Pocahontas?
What's her real name? Elizabeth
Warren.
Warren. He has Elizabeth Warren in his car. It's a white Cherokee with a red interior.
These are offensive ones?
He doesn't know how to have it on the air.
So that hobo is offensive?
That what?
A hobo? Oh, yeah, hello. You don't want to hurt the feelings of a
homeless?
hobo. Ah, look at the Osama bin Laden.
No, you can't do that either.
Well, hell, I wouldn't do that. I'm afraid they'd fucking lock me up.
Or they chop your head off.
I don't know where I read that damn article. I was looking for the Megyn Kelly article, and I came across that. And they said, do not, oh, here it is. Here's Cowboy. Let me see here. Why you should avoid these redneck. Yep, cowboy hat, cowboy boots, and a cowboy.
What does it do? How come?
Such costumes promote the stereotype that poor whites are ignorant and worthy of ridicule. You ass.
What does?
Bob.
That's what I did Saturday.
He was dressed up as a cowboy, and what he is doing right now
Is my volume on, bro?
is making fun of the stereotype that poor whites are ignorant and worth of ridicule.
Why do you do that, Bob?
What do you mean? How do you strut in here with this?
Yeah.
I'm
Without
starting to feel really bad.
without thinking that we're not going to call you on it.
Oh, I can't even get to my photographs. I can't get
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Bob Logan is with Plumline Services, and we have a question. Somebody says when they run their hot water, it gets really hot and nice, and then it gets cold, and then it gets hot again. Why is that?
So
Bob, by the way, with Plumline Services, plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Go ahead.
So that could be a few things. There's
now
a thing called a cold water sandwich.
We're getting these attorney answers. It could be all kinds of. Okay.
There's a thing called a cold water sandwich where
I've heard of that actually.
Where you get that, and it's prevalent on some of the older tankless water heaters. But so that could be one instance.
No, they have a tank, I imagine.
Okay.
They said, "Do I need a new tank?"
It could be the cartridge in the faucet handle. Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never thought of that. So what does the cartridge do? The mixing valve?
Basically, yes. And so that's it could be as simple as replacing the cartridge in there.
But what else could it be? It could be that the water, the cold water in between. Wait a minute. Oh, that there's. Go ahead, Deputy Clint.
I had one that did that. The hot water swelled up the seal and going through it, and so it would neck that down.
Close neck what down? What are you talking about?
When you had both faucets, the hot and cold water on, when the hot came through that, it would swell the seal, and it would neck down the amount of hot water.
Some of them, though, have one valve for both. Here's what I think it is, based on. I'm thinking that there's hot water in it from last use. That's it. And then it hasn't gotten very cold yet, so you use it. And when you use what's already in the supply line, which could last a few minutes, then you get the normal cold water until that new hot water comes in. Does that sound logical? I mean, that's what it sounds like to me.
That seems weird. Someone wouldn't wait a second, though.
No, but you have to wait. Sometimes, if you have a long supply line, that can happen. But what about recirc pumps? I'm going to talk about that. Do you know about them? I want to talk about what they do and if they're worth it. And if anyone has a recirc pump, I would like to know. And then there's some other problem I have by email I want to talk about. But let's, I wanted to get to the phones. We have lines open. Here's the number, 303-713-TALK. We're at the end of the hour, so we're not going to get to it yet. And then I have some funny sound to play in my attempt at humor that Mark does not like. But Brandon Martin is with Premium. They played on me with Bob. Okay, so Wheat Ridge, and what do you serve? The whole Front Range?
We do a 100-mile radius of Denver.
What? 100 miles. You'll go into the foothills, obviously.
Yep.
All right. What do you use? Do you use one big vac or little ones or both?
So we have
you got to get to that mic, bro.
Yes, we have a huge vacuuming system that we hook up to the main line of the furnace.
And you go to each individual register?
Every single register.
Okay. We're going to talk about it. If you have any questions on anything, call us 303-713-TALK. You can get right through. 303-713-8255 and tell us about the most unusual costume you've ever seen. I'm Tom Martino for Ideal.
Water heater's always in the garage. It's on one end of the house. Typically, yeah. They always have the recirc pumps. Is that because the water heater's way on one end of the house?
Let me call one of my plumbers and find out.
Because I always see them down there. Those recirculation pumps. And it's cool because
it's typically because of the length of the supply lines, and that's why.
You will never get a straight answer from him. Are you still trying?
They got to take a lot of extra energy.
What's that? Recirc pumps?
Yeah.
No, they're really tiny.
Well, I mean, they got to keep
They
the
don't have
water
a
heater
recirc
going.
pump on my master.
But they got to keep it heating the water heater's got to keep on heating that water because you're putting it over there.
What is a hybrid water heater?
Oh,
Electric and gas? What the hell is it?
Yeah, why would they do that?
I don't know what hybrid is. That's a good one either.
Ream has one. I'm just looking at all these different ones.
Like the make, I mean, the year of the water heater as well, because I know the older water heaters.
Well, I was looking at that, so watch. Let's just pull this Ream.
Now they have like the insulated.
Even fairly modest homes down
And then we'll look at
the tank. There's a standard tank. Once the water used up, it's used up. But I know that they told us he's always on the corner of the house. They put the water heater in the garage.
Where the tankless,
But if you're
where the
taking hot water
tankless
and put it up there and then bring
going
it
through
back, put it up there,
and heating the water as you
You're
need
right.
it.
You'd have to be heating
Absolutely.
so the water
Stays down
the
the
pump.
tank. I'm going to share a picture
In the
got
old
another
one,
that I want you
yeah,
to put up
the
when I
gas on the
talk
bottom
about
will
it. Do you
fire
want
up
it
and
in
heat
text
what's
or
in the tank.
email?
And as it cools down, it'll fire
email.
up and heat it again. So
Yeah.
it'll keep it
So you
simple.
sent the
on
helper
tankless.
hand. Oh, here's another.
It could sit there for
Where do you want
5
me to
years
tell me?
and
Where?
never kick on.
What was your preference?
until you turn
Dan.
hot
I know,
water
but what
on.
email?
Then
It's your-
it starts
Dan.
to-
Dan, that's Troubleshooter.
So
Dan,
it-
did you
it-
get that plumb line gal's costume
Yep,
up?
been
That
putting
was a
up.
good one.
Yep, it was
She
a
was
good
really good.
What is it?
It just runs
One of Bob's girls, Christine or Christina?
Oh, Christine Martinez?
Yeah, oh, that was a great
one-
costume.
Is she one of the plumb line people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which costume was it?
Oh man, that's a big butt. Is that real?
Christine, I'm going to tell you
I
said
love
that.
big butts. I can't lie.
No way, that's real.
Is it?
No way.
Suzanne,
You
I'm
think
going
it
to
is?
post.
No.
My son-in-law. Like,
God, I can't believe you even asked
It
that.
goes over
Mark,
this.
I'm going to go get
hospital
coffee.
gown.
It
You know,
goes
those hospital
through.
gowns are open on the back.
Yeah.
Heat
With the
exchanger.
giant- It was funny.
That is good.
Yeah, and again, if you ever want plumbing, heating, cooling, or electrical work on your house, I'm the worst guy to have in there.
Why?
Because I know nothing about it,
You're the
and I have no
business guy.
desire to know anything about it.
I was that way
I
about it.
hire people.
I was that way
You know
about
quite a
it.
bit.
You know,
And that's
I know a lot in
businesses
theory, but actually, like, swapping out
they
an
don't have
alternator
a
would be a
well, it's
nightmare.
just that most of my competition,
But
they're
you
technicians,
understand
they tell you
it,
everything.
but you weren't in the actual
how the
nuts
system
and
works,
bolts
but they can't
mechanics
tell
stuff.
you
You
a
were
damn
very
thing about
basic.
it.
Yeah, I know, and that's a problem. It's a big problem.
I guess you're right. I mean, compared to the average, that's true, because I wrote it up and sold it all day.
Because you
But
get
as
some
far
guy
as
that's-
fixing
that
it,
works for
Right.
somebody else,
Doing
I
it.
can
But
do
you
that better.
understand-
He
I
goes
could
on
tell
and
you how to
realizes,
do it.
oh, I don't,
Turn
you
this
know,
around.
You're pretty, I mean, you were on a farm, you were always
I don't
hands-on.
understand overhead, I don't understand
But I mean, you under,
how to keep my
like I said,
books.
you know tires.
And
Yeah.
You know
the
the.
smart ones.
Oh,
figure out
that's one
okay,
thing I can do
have
left
no
and right.
clue
I
how
can
to
put
do
tires
this.
on
I'm
left.
gonna hire somebody.
I
who
can
do
bust
this
tires.
for me.
When we get busy in the winter, I'd be out there busting my ass, busting tires.
That answer on the down Phoenix, so that's what I've been told down there, is because they always put the water heater in the garage. They don't have any basements, and a lot of houses down there have flat roofs that don't have attics.
Where's this at?
In Phoenix.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of the homes down there don't have, there are no basements, there's no crawl spaces, and there's no attics.
Same in Florida.
Yeah, so the water heater ends up in the garage. Usually the garage is on one end of the house.
I don't understand.
And so that water heater is so far from the bathrooms, that's why they all have those circulation pumps. And it's tiny. It's a little tiny guy, but I really like that, but I don't see him here. I guess you could put him in here.
Yeah.
Just how they do things there, I guess. It does stay hot. The water line does a loop to the bathrooms and everything.
Yeah, it's just a
Probably
giant
a
loop,
real
and
thing.
it's just slowly
Yeah, that's
putting
pretty
hot
good.
water under
You're
there.
right, that would be funny if there was no barrier.
Earpiece. It's a little tiny thing.
So you can do it for the entire house. I've got one strictly for my master bathroom because my master bathroom is the farthest away from everything else, and it takes the longest.
Yeah.
And rip it up. So yeah, does it cost money to run it? A little bit, but a lot. You know, it's less than turning on hot water and letting it run for 5 minutes before you get hot water. So.
My PayHow colleagues have all told me that my hair is free and natural because it is, and they keep
Been dreaming.
Instahots, you know,
What
people
about
have
Ryan
their
say?
sink, the Instahots.
Yeah. He chimed in
So that
on
must stay in like a little
birthrights.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Trump
no,
just
like
tweeted
warm.
he should be more worried about winning the
you
election
can get
than
the
birthrights.
Yeah, you can get
Well,
the
you know
ones
what, that whole birthright
keeps up there at the
it's gotta go to the
Right
Supreme
there.
Court.
or again, about a research pump.
Yeah, they never did it.
They did a terrible job in the
We have
30s
some
with
apartments
Honda.
above some of the hangars we have.
Well, there's some weird, like 5 or 6 weird words.
Well, they did it. You know why they did it? They did it for after the Civil War.
Like you have 6,500 watts.
It was for
So they
the
put the
slaves
switch on.
that were
2
not
months later, they have
citizens
hot
because they were
water.
slaves,
I mean,
because they were born
but
there,
when they
they were
leave, they
automatically
turn it
become
off.
citizens. That's why it was done.
Even though
That's why
it
the
takes a
whole
lot
amendment
to
was
heat
done.
up the
And then they
inside.
misinterpreted it, I think.
The overall, because they're not there often.
Yeah, that makes sense. You think they're relatively more expensive?
I love it.
Not the cost of the
Electric.
I'm gonna start
No,
learning
they're way
trade.
cheaper.
They're cheaper.
Way cheaper,
As
yeah.
opposed to
And the
the-
installation, you don't have a
Do it
chimney.
millennial tonight.
Because it's electric, you don't have a
I
chimney.
can't believe I made it.
Why?
All the way down, made coffee.
Oh,
Stop,
that is
talk to
pretty.
some people. Played a game of chess.
Hey, where'd you get Could you send it to me, Tom?
Oh man, I'll go get you one.
No, I'm good.
That's great.
No, I don't have anything yet.
I sent it to you.
I drink a gallon of coffee before I come to the show, and then
Dan, I sent it to you. Stop.
Dan's list? Dan's list? It's
Hold
Dan's
on,
list
seriously.
at Troubleshooter.
I sent it.
I just got it.
Dan at Troubleshooter.
Just got it.
Dan's
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. Dr. Patty and Dr. Lisa and Dr. Borsick, 3 fine women in a wonderful facility dedicated to helping people with their hearing loss and with tinnitus. Tinnitus plagues a lot of people, and thank God there is new treatment now, and they're at the forefront of it. And this treatment is effective. If your tinnitus is in a certain range, it'll go away forever, as far as we know right now. Think about that. It deadens that part of the wavelength of sound. Okay. Otherwise, they have other treatments as well as hearing loss and free test drives for hearing aids. That's important with no obligation. 303-534-0163, 534-0163, helpforringing.com. Today is Halloween, isn't it? Isn't it? All right, good. I say I want to be something unique, and I need help. I want to dress up, but I need help thinking of something unique. I have seen such unique costumes, so I want something different than anyone else. So it's got to be new. But some of the most unique costumes I've ever seen in my life are they're just so creative. I can't believe it. This one that I have of a kid in a mousetrap. Okay, he's a little mouse in a mousetrap. It's the cutest. It is the cutest outfit I have ever seen. My honey took this. She's walking the park and sees this and takes a picture. Now, is it the cutest damn thing you have ever seen?
Adorable.
Oh my
Tom.
God! So you go to referrallist.com to our feed, or Facebook referral list, our Facebook, or YouTube. You know, we're live on all of those. And I am a consumer show, a consumer advocate, been doing this for nearly 40 years in Denver, recovering millions of dollars, and I can recover money for you sometimes. I can help you. We can give you advice. Listen, people don't always agree with me. In fact, I would like to especially ask those who do not agree with my advice, not on everything, maybe, you know, I doubt that we disagree on everything, but if you have something that you hear me say that drives you crazy, I actually would love to hear it. I would love to hear it now at 303-713.
You say I got to tell you a lot.
I do say that because of you. I picked it up. I picked that up from Mark. You know how when people are together a lot and they pick up, I say I got to tell you, and I hate saying it, but I say it because I've heard him say it, and that is what's called a word whisker. And there are some other word whiskers I used to say all the time, the bottom line, or absolutely. Absolutely everyone uses.
About literally.
I don't do that anymore.
Mark
but
uses that all the time. Makes me crazy, Tom.
You mean literally it makes you crazy?
Literally it makes me crazy. Put me in the nut house.
A lot of people use that expression wrong. I mean, it's really wrong the way they use it.
Yeah, because they're not actually saying literally.
They don't mean
literally, yeah.
I'd like to know. Actually, it would be nice to hear expressions that were used wrong. The one that I hear, one of the most common, is when they say it's throwing. The saying is throwing a wrench in the works.
Throwing a wrench into the works, meaning that you have a machine going and someone throws or drops a wrench in it and it gets caught up and it breaks the machine. Then people say, another acceptable saying is throwing a monkey wrench into the works. Throwing a wrench into the works, throwing a monkey wrench into the works. But this is what I hear. Throwing a monkey into the works.
Yeah, but a monkey can monkey it up.
Or throwing the monkey into the works, or it's just a variation
How about
of that.
Statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations, yes. Oh, okay, another one. Okay, this happens all the time. Alex, you're next, and you're on right now, actually. Do you know where people say while I was waiting? Everyone says while I was waiting, this happened, or so while I was on the phone. If you listen carefully, they say while. They don't say while. They say why. You wait. Then there are a lot of people that hey man, how you doing? Instead of using a T, they substitute D. Instead of saying that's really or a T, rather than saying it's good, they say that's good. That's good, man. That's good. Instead of saying good. Anyway, go ahead, Alex. What's happening?
Hey, not a whole bunch. One thing that you say that kind of annoys sometimes. It don't really annoy.
Oh no, we're not doing that right now. I'll see you. No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Is when you say "holy crap."
You know, I do say that a lot. I do say that a lot. Thank you for bringing that up.
Holy cow is good, but there's a whole. But that one just gets me.
You know what? I agree with you. That I do say that a lot. Now that you brought that up.
Holy crap! I don't I'm sure you've said it, but I don't remember you saying it.
I, honest to God, have heard that before.
How about an scapegoat?
An scapegoat. How about Rolly Purefoy? What do you want to do, Rolly? What are you calling about, brother?
Tom, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, you old fart.
Thank you. I'll take that.
What are you being for Halloween? What is your costume?
I guess I'll be an old fart.
But no, I want you to be something different. Be creative.
Oh, I guess I could be on.
Why don't you be me?
I could be Tom. I could be as an a-hole then.
Oh, I have a delay. Are we allowed to say that? Hey, Rolly, what did you call about?
Tom, I don't normally ever do this, but I wanted to give some kudos. We did a remodel on the dealership.
Yeah.
A 3 years ago, but I was never satisfied with our floor in the main showroom where the grout was and everything. So I called around, but I finally had Stanley Steamer come up and work this over.
What did they do? Steam clean the tile?
They went under high pressure too, and real hot water and everything. But it just made such a difference in the way. And I like I said, I have never been happy with that floor since the day it was done, and it's just a lot better right now. And I told they had a 4-man crew up there, and a guy named Jeremy that was running it.
Yeah.
And I just have to say that they did what they said they would do.
Very cool.
That's darn.
That's unfortunately, that deserves kudos when they do what they say. But then you say they did an exceptional job.
Well, I thought it was good.
Good.
And I'm pretty. You know how particular I am.
Yeah, you are a pain in the ass.
Yeah. So,
hey, Rolly.
I guess we can say ass.
Well, yeah, but you can't put those two words together. You can say.
Okay, I did.
You can't put them together. Oh, hey, listen, I want to ask you something. Are you going to do anything, or are people up there doing anything for Halloween? Your salespeople?
I have not been in the dealership this morning. I would say yes. There's probably people dressed up.
Okay. All right,
there
cool.
Usually is.
All right. So thanks.
Anyway,
did you want to say something to him?
No, what's going on, Rolly?
Okay. Well, Rolly, listen, thank you for the kudos, by the way. I'm sure Stanley Steamer appreciates it. Denise, go ahead. Denise, what's happening?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I've listened to you for 20 years. I just want to kind of pile on about
No, I'm asking people to tell me. I'm asking people to tell me what irritates them. So go ahead.
Well, if you've lived here a long time, you're saying Ken Carl. The name of the area is Ken Carroll.
Ken Carroll?
Now, I know.
Oh.
Yes, Carroll. I know that it's spelled and it looks like Carl.
I've been here
derivation...
long time, and I didn't know that. This is the first time I heard that.
I grew up in Ken Carroll, Tom. Yep. I grew up in Ken Carroll, yes. Two sons of the original rancher. Is that right, Denise?
Ken Carroll.
The original rancher was Mr. Schaefer. He had two sons, Kent and Carroll. and he wanted to name the ranch after them. So, you know, when you say Ken Carl, you sound like one of these people that has just moved here.
I know. I must. So
it's kind of like saying Colorado
now,
instead of Colorado.
Is the first word? Is the first word? It's Ken, not Kent, right? It's Ken.
Right. It's Ken, K-E-N
Carol.
C-A-R-Y-L, and I don't know why he spelled it that way. I have tried to find out, but it's after his son Carol, so it is pronounced.
See, what's good about this program is this for 20 years. Denise hears this. Well, guess what? Now I will never say the other way again.
Oh,
I'll
bet you lunch.
Ken Carroll. I'm good at taking direction.
No, it's a dog world.
So I'm going to now. How about when I use it wrong, I give you 50 cents.
You know, supposedly,
there are so many things. So many. And
what I said went right over you. Is it dog world?
I don't get it.
It's dog eat dog.
Oh, is it dog?
People say doggy dog.
Doggy dog? No, I've
yes,
never heard
they do.
I've never heard that misused. I've never heard that. There are sayings that are misused all the time, though. And again, I think it's cool and fun to talk about them. We're not doing this in a hateful way. In fact, we are all for diversity.
Tongue and cheek.
Listen to this.
Is that right?
It's tongue in cheek.
Okay.
Right. Now, hold on. Listen to this. Listen to this chant I made up because we believe in diversity. And this is what I think of diversity. You ready? Listen carefully.
Diversity is great when you agree with me. Diversity is great when you agree with me. Diversity is great when you agree with me.
Yeah,
Diversity
that's what people
say.
Where did you find those bozos?
Diversity is great when you agree with me.
Sound like a bunch of loons.
Yes.
When you agree with me.
I love when people talk about diversity. Oh, no, but not that kind. No, you can't be like that. What are you talking about? Wait, what? You dirty, rotten, straight, male, Christian geek. You can't. No, you can't. Diversity is great.
Even their voices sound like they're a bunch of loons.
I love it.
Diversity is great when you agree with me.
Anybody who wants that, I'll make it available for download. Diversity is great when you agree with me.
Be a great ringtone.
That
can't be real. That cannot be real.
I went to a protest and they were chanting that, and I recorded it.
Yeah, I happened to watch the whole thing unfold.
I did multi-tracks. I did really good stuff. We have annoying sayings from James coming up. I'm Tom Martino, 303-713-TALK.
How about lactose?
713. What?
Lactose.
Lactose?
Lactose.
Yeah.
Intolerant.
Lactose. I love what Jay Leno said about, what did he say it about? I'll think about it. He said something about being gluten-free. Oh, he said, I don't know what gluten is, but I'm going to have an extra helping because I hate gluten-free. Whatever it is, something like that. Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. Here's the message. Straight teeth in a short amount of time for pennies on the dollar compared to cosmetic dentistry. Listen, I don't mean to diss cosmetic dentistry. It can be done, but it's terribly expensive. $60,000, $70,000 for a full mouth. A bargain would be $45,000. If you get the front teeth, it's just like $20,000. I've priced it, I know. You can get this Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. The reason it's called NTMJ, it corrects TMJ, it corrects sleep apnea. When you have it done the right way, he expands your palate without surgery, without extractions, over time with a mouthpiece. Then he uses Invisalign braces to give you not only straight teeth and a beautiful smile, but he completely redoes your bite so you don't have apneas, you don't have TMJ. It's Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. It's summed up with these words. The new orthodontics, 303-690-0100. The whole process, 2 years. And it's about a couple grand or a few grand, maybe 2 or 3, compared to, the veneers, the 20 and 30 and 40 and 50,000. 303-690-0100.
This report is sponsored by CC's.
When they come in the door.
Card Shark? I thought it was Card Shark.
It's a Card Shark.
Yeah.
It's Card Sharp.
Card Sharp. No, it isn't.
That's
No,
what
I
that
would.
sounds
No, I wouldn't think that at all.
I wouldn't think.
Well, I
I'd
think
use it as Card Shark.
I think in the meantime we have created Card Sharks.
And maybe that's what
Because Card Shark I'm going to look it up because if it's on the internet, it's true. Oh, look, I just said card. I said card shark or and it came up card shark. A card shark.
That means you're smart.
Is a person who has skill of deception. Wow. With cards. It is a card shark. Hold on. However, card shark is also acceptable and has been used. It's commonly, it says more commonly with the word shark. The term has also been taken on the meaning of
what was first though? Card shark?
Yeah, shark.
Shark. Yeah. Wow.
I look at it as not as
I honestly
as a
God
good
always
gambler.
Shark.
Yeah. So, but I look at it as a good gambler, not to be like a trick.
I have never even heard
I got
of
a
card
good
shark.
one.
I've never even
I
heard
know
of it.
that Schaefer, it was named after his
But me
kids.
and Mark, we got a good
But I
costume
thought it
for
was a
you.
boy and a girl.
I've got a great one.
I always knew it was named after the kids because I lived
Oh,
Now
that
I'm going to
is-
Snopes because they're true on it.
You know where that area is? Kincraw Ranch up there.
I think you would
I
kill
looked
it.
over the back fence. I was in
Snopes
Willowbrook on the
says-
cliff. Looks over into the back.
Yet, card shark
And I worked for Schaefer
has
up
in
there
its
for years.
favor. Oh, it says here, the long debate has raged on. Turn card shark or card shark. Sharks after all, blah, blah, blah.
Columbine House.
And it
Yeah, my
says-
kids went to Columbine.
See, I go with Snopes every time. They say card shark is the one.
Shark, like the
Shark.
fish.
Yeah. Isn't it an mammal?
It said, however, sharks very likely entered the
That's a
language
whale, though.
first.
Whales and
That's
dolphins.
Seinfeld, though.
It said that shark probably was in the language first.
Face to face with the big fish.
Yeah, because old gamblers would be card shark.
Hey, let me know about those other.
No, he came face to face
Dan,
with the great beast.
let me know about those other messages.
He was
you've been
angry
getting
that day, my
on
friend.
Facebook about this stuff. I want to know about more. Yeah, about these sayings. I want to know about it because I think it's good.
How about,
Oh, that we're getting?
I don't know if that example passes mustard.
That's true.
And we could take a drink every time Tom says, "I'm not trying to give you a bad time." We'd all be drunk in a very short time.
I'm Tom Martino. Joe Lazzara is a criminal defense attorney. Yes, DUI is a crime. Smoking marijuana and driving a crime. And it's so easy not to have a crime. You know how? You simply get a designated driver or use Uber or use Lyft. And it's that simple. Joe Lazzara you shouldn't need. But if you do, even if you want to plead guilty, your right's been violated, whatever, you might need a criminal defense attorney. And I hope it's not tonight. A lot of people party on Halloween. So remember, don't depend on attorneys. Just prevent it to begin with. Joe's number is 303-429-6200. 303-429-6200. Joe Lazzara. Plumline Services in the house. Somebody wants to know by email. If you, and I'm going to the annoying sayings, hold on. Why is it that I can just touch the valve and turn it very slightly and a big change takes place with the temperature? So I know what they mean sometimes. If you like it's too hot and you go just a little over to make it cooler, but the swings are way too much, or the other way around.
Again,
Why would that
it's
happen?
the mixing valve. It's a bad cartridge in there.
So what happens to them? How do they go bad? Is it? I mean, what?
It's just over time, pressure,
But why would
sediment.
Maybe hard water.
The O-ring.
Can you replace most cartridges, or are we talking about a new faucet?
No, almost always you can replace the faucet. Not all the time. But
You mean
always.
the cartridge?
The cartridge, yeah.
James, what are your annoying sayings?
Yes, but one thing real quick though. First, I want to thank you because a while back, as a veteran, I have a bad tooth and it needed to be taken care of, and it's been a while. And you advertised Southridge, and they are wonderful.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. It was,
they do the free veteran thing, and they're doing it this year, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I heard it from you, and
yeah.
I got to thank you, and they're taking care of my needs.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, thank you. And the word for me, it's almost surfer dude terminology, but like has spread like wildfire, and everybody's using it.
Like you know.
Yeah. It really
Do you have any more Pacific examples?
Oh, man, I don't want to get into it, but I've found myself using it because speech is contagious, and it's almost it's this style of speaking, and it wasn't around 10 years ago. It really wasn't, or so, and now everybody uses it. I even hear politicians use it, and it turns me off. But
I hear it a lot.
Yeah.
Like just now. but another one is, and she goes, and she went, and she goes, and she said,
Tom,
and what?
How about, I know, right?
Now, I haven't heard much of that. Who's got a cool costume idea, John? Because I have the coolest costume right now up online. Is it still up? You got to put it up there. That little baby in the trap is the best I have ever seen, bar none. John, what's your idea?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
So I was at a bar one time, and
what do you mean one time? Okay. Yeah.
All right. Out of several 100,000 times.
Yeah.
Also at the end, I have two annoying word sayings.
Okay, good. Go ahead.
So it was, if you can picture this, it looked like a tall old grandma lady carrying a baby. The guy's head was the head of the baby. So the grandma was fake.
Oh, yes, I see what you're saying. Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
But he had his scruff, so he looked like an old man baby, and he had these things underneath the dress where he could work both hands. One hand had a cigarette and one hand had a shot glass. So he was able to effectively make the baby look like he was smoking and drinking the shot.
So the baby, the guy in the costume was the baby, and then he had a makeshift grandma around him, or old lady.
It was unbelievable. He wound up winning several...
Did you take any photos?
This was years ago.
Ah, dog. Anyway, are you going to do something for Halloween?
Yeah, I'll be out with the kids.
Are you going to dress up?
Yeah, I was a pirate this morning, and I'll be Superman tonight.
Superman's pretty cool, but it's so normal and easy. But that's cool. So I have seen other variations of that where you're in a costume and you have something around you that looks like it's either holding you or something about you, but you're not the main character. I've seen that. It's pretty clever. Some of these are so clever, I don't even know where they get the ideas. We had one, mac and cheese, that I'd like. I'm leaning toward that. Do you guys have anything else that would be better? Now, this little baby in the mousetrap would have been, except they didn't enter. We found that in the park. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We've been talking about annoying slogans.
It's a mute point.
A mute, right. Mute point. And a lot of people say that. Mute, as in silent, as opposed to moot. And a lot of people, they seem to hear part of an expression. And this is one that you still can't figure out. In fact, everywhere I look, there's a different answer. It's a vicious fill in the blank.
Cycle.
And other people say a vicious circle.
Dog.
So...
What is it? It's cycle, right?
Well, I don't know.
I think it's cycle, vicious cycle.
I mean,
how about nipped in the butt?
No one says that.
They do, and it's bud.
I hear it all.
B-U-D,
right?
That's
right, it's bud.
Do people, honest to God, say that?
I think the majority of people say
See, vicious, I'm putting it in. Cycle, you see, every time I put something in, it's like Google's reading my mind. The term vicious circle and vicious... They're both. And vicious circle also.
Tom, are you dressing up tonight?
No.
Not with the kids, huh?
No.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
There's a movement going on to move Halloween to last Saturday in October.
Why?
Because the kids can go out trick-or-treating.
On a weekend.
Yeah, and I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't correspond, however, with All Souls
Well, we moved
Day.
to President's Day. I mean, the birthdays to one day.
But it would be like moving Christmas Eve and not moving Christmas Day, because the whole idea is a Hallow Eve is the eve before a holy day.
But we don't care.
Well, I know we don't care. Of course we don't care. That's absolutely true. We don't care. But that was the origins, and of course a lot of people have a thing about that, because the origins were before. It was when souls were supposed to come out and spook people.
I had the perfect costume for you. I was hoping you'd go out.
Well, tell me what it is.
You should dress up as the Undersecretary of Emergency Preparedness and Response.
Geraldo.
Hey, Chris, tell me a saying that pisses you off.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean. You're right.
You know what I mean?
I think I say that.
How many times? You know what I mean? How many times are you going to say it in one sentence? You know what I mean?
I've heard that. Or do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean?
That's kind of like, to be honest with you.
Oh, when people say that, I said that one time years ago, and then I stopped saying it because the guy said one thing to me. To be honest with you, and he says, "What were you before this?" You know, and I thought, Melissa, an annoying phrase.
Yes, when people say about an idea that I'm going to flush it out when it should be, I'm going to flesh it out. It drives me nuts.
You are right, but I haven't heard people say I'm going to flush it out.
I hear it almost daily at work.
Okay. And another saying, which isn't said wrong, it's just annoying, is outside the box. Think outside the box. Why not say think outside the circle? Circles are close-knit.
How about don't throw stones at glass houses?
Isn't that the saying? Oh, no, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house. Or does it? Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Those who live in a glass house shouldn't throw stones.
Yeah, that's the whole saying. You're right. But do you hear people say don't throw stones at glass houses?
No,
I wouldn't.
Just Mark.
I wonder. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. Okay, so is it vicious circle or is it vicious cycle? It depends on what you're talking about. That's what Google, Wikipedia says, and we know Wikipedia is the truth. So it is, but it's mainly a circle according to this. Would you think it was a cycle or a circle?
I thought it was a cycle. I'm glad we didn't bet lunch again.
How about chasing your own tail? Is that ever said wrong? Chasing your own monkey wrench into the works. Something like that. Anyway, 303-713-TALK. Pro Auto Care is your car nanny, meaning they take care of you. I've used this expression car nanny because that's exactly what happens. I broke down one time at the side of the road. It was something minor, but I didn't know what it was. And because I had used Pro Auto Care, I really did have roadside assistance. It was for real. I called, they came, they took care of it, and there was no charge. And that's because if you use them, you get this in between. They last for 36,000 miles, these free roadside assistance cycles. And it's not a vicious cycle either. And Pro Auto Care also reminds you when things are due in the right cycle. They remind you by text or email, 303-PRO-AUTO, to get your car nanny on, 303proauto.com.
This is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station with Ross Kaminsky mornings, Michael Brown afternoons, KHOW, Denver.
From the Fox Business Network on Wall Street, stocks are rallying on this last day of what has been a dismal month on Wall Street. Among the gainers today, tech, industrial, and financial companies. And U.S. companies adding 227,000 jobs in October.
They even made up a word that became a word, and that word is N-O-T-H-E-R.
Nothing?
Another.
Another.
A whole nother thing, rather than another whole thing.
We'll have another peanut butter sandwich.
How about washing machine?
Or
Yeah.
sandwich.
How about axe?
Salmon.
Oh, that drives me crazy.
I want axe.
I want to ask them.
I want axle.
Hey, you can't say that.
Yeah.
It's ask.
I know.
You can't say that.
You know who says that all the time?
That Rush, you guys are racist.
Yeah.
Is it racist?
Yeah, it is.
No,
Why is
it's
that
not.
racist?
Rush says it all the time.
Well, so, okay. I was going to say, so Rush Limbaugh's racist.
But it's not racist, is it?
Making fun of it.
Well,
just like me dressing up like a cowboy.
Yeah, he crossed the line this morning.
No, I should say so. You should have known that.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, Bob, because you hear it. Well, you know what I'm saying.
Okay, here's an interesting one. Another thing coming. That's wrong.
You got another thing coming?
You got another
My dad
thing
used
coming.
to say that all the time.
It's supposed to be.
It's like you're going to get your ass
Because
whooped
this-
again, right?
I don't know if I
Stop
believe
crying
it.
or you got another thing coming.
It's supposed to be another think coming.
No, that wasn't.
Another think?
Your
Another
dad said
think
it
coming.
was you're going to get another ass whooping.
Exactly.
That's what it came out to me. That's the other thing I got was a whooping. Yeah.
Another think coming.
I think it didn't help my butt get any smarter.
You keep on picking on your brother, you
I'm
got
not
another thing.
I'm not buying it.
My dad, when you were crying, he would say, "Stop crying, or you're gonna get another one." It's like,
I'll give you something to cry about.
Stop beating me.
Do you think that's going to help, Dad?
Yeah.
Think.
Mine was, I'll give you something to cry about.
Yeah, that was another thing.
Yeah.
You just did. It's called a belt across the back.
Yeah.
Or I should have shot you in the sheets.
What?
My dad told my brother that.
I should have what? Shot you in the sheets.
Oh, shit.
My dad told my brother that.
Oh, God.
What does that mean?
He would have been better off shooting him in the sheets instead of into his mouth. You don't want to know his worst to find out.
My dad,
so naive.
Oh, my dad was. Oh.
That is a good. I've never heard that one.
Why?
That's awful. His dad told his brother he should have shot him into the sheets instead of having him, you know.
Get out of here.
Instead of putting him in his mother.
Oh, my dad was cruel.
Your dad?
Oh, he used to call you, as kids, when you worked on the farm, you know, if you messed up, God, you guys are worthless as tits on a boar.
I've heard that. Tits on a boar hug.
Yeah. But this is so funny.
Hi, Tom Martino. We're supposed to be solving problems, answering questions, and taking complaints. Like referring you to people if you have financial problems, like winkandwink.com, bankruptcy attorneys. We're not doing that today. We're having fun. I don't know why. Maybe because it's Halloween, we're feeling weird. By the way, winkandwink.com seriously can stop a foreclosure in its tracks with a Chapter 13 if done the right way. Winkandwink.com, 303-410-1720. It's not to be used lightly. I hope you never need them. Sometimes medical bills and stuff, or a lack of insurance can do it. Winkandwink.com. Let's talk about annoying sayings. What the hell? People are going with it. We just happened to mention one, and people were doing it. Don't forget Plumline Services with us if you do have any questions about home services. We have been talking about mixing valves. Apparently those cartridges can go bad, causing havoc, and you think you have problems with your whole house. And if you don't have a recirculating pump, I like those. Those are simply pumps that periodically, based on temperature or time, recirculate hot water. I like them. Do you have one in your house, Mark? Because if the house is large, you can wait a long time for hot water. Do you wait a long time for hot water?
Yes.
You do?
You mean for it to start running?
Mark,
To
we
get
wait
hot.
a long time.
Yeah, except for our bedroom actually is pretty quick, but the rest of the house takes a while.
Okay, it could be that they made a dedicated line to the bedroom.
They must have, because our tub, which of course we never use in there, is hot within a few minutes.
Claudia has some annoying words or sayings. Go ahead, Claudia.
I have a couple of them.
All right.
Dude, dog, and throw you a bone.
Now, wait a minute. The dude thing, I'm tired of. But what was the second one?
Dog.
Doug?
Dog. Like, what's up, dog?
Oh, dog.
Yeah,
Okay.
what's up, dog?
What's up,
And
dog?
Let me throw you a bone.
Let me throw you a bone. Now, I have not heard that one. How would that be used?
A lot of people say that when they're doing you, they think they're doing you a favor and they're going to give you a few bucks on the
You've
side.
never
or
heard
help you
that?
with the job.
No, I've heard it, but I haven't heard it like in street context.
Yeah. And if people really knew what that was meant or who it came from, they wouldn't use it at all.
What is it? Tell us. What's the origin?
It's from the bikers.
And it's not good, is it?
It's not good.
What's it got? What do you mean from the? Oh, I got it. I
It's
got
probably
it.
not good. Chris. Hello, Chris.
Hey, Mike. Hey,
Tom.
Hey, Mark and Tom.
Yes.
My phrase is cool
It
beans.
just hit me that throw me a bone. I had no idea what that meant or where that came from.
Why is that throw me a bone?
Yeah, she said from bikers. You know, they have their girls that ride on the back.
No, it's terrible.
I just had no
It's
idea.
terrible. So, Chris, what about your phrase?
My phrase is cool beans. That drives me bananas.
Ah, yeah, cool beans.
I can't
That's
stand that.
I can't stand it either. Cool beans. You're right. Yeah, people that say that, you think, okay.
How about one in the same?
One and the same.
That is correct, sir.
Yes, sir. Jacob, your turn, Jacob.
It's not really a saying. I just wanted to know, when somebody says something is new, is it brand new or brand new?
It's brand new.
Why is it brand new?
Because it's brand new.
Because
That's
it's
what they
not
call
cereal.
it. That's what they call it. I don't know why. I actually don't know why, but it's brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah. What you know? A lot of people when the past tense of steal is what?
You got me on a loop here.
A lot of people say stole or stoled. Think
yeah.
about it.
He stole it.
Stole it? Stole?
I'd never say he stole it.
A lot of people say...
You're right. People do say that, but it is definitely stole with an E at the end.
Right. But a lot of people say stoled. A lot of people say it. Joe, what about you? Joe?
Oh, hey, Tom.
Hey, man.
This one is, it is what it is.
It is. I've heard that. It is. But you know what, Joe? You sound like somebody who listens a lot and gets pissed at sayings like, how about this one, Joe? I know you don't like this one. Without even knowing you, I know you don't like this one. At the end of the day.
Oh, yeah, that's a little silly.
Oh, I hear it all. At the end of the day. At the end of the day. Where did that come up? At the end of the day. Why? Why? Jamie? What about you, Jamie?
The word like I did this and like I said that.
Yep.
And like, I can't stand it.
And people do it all the time. And truly, if you wanted to be grammatically correct, it would be as, not like. It makes a pop sound as so-and-so, not like.
You know what drives me
As
crazy,
in,
Tom?
What?
Is people who say, I'm sorry, when they begin every sentence.
Do people actually do that?
A lot of people do, yeah. For no reason whatsoever.
Sorry, and then they talk?
I'm sorry.
Oh, that person must be really insecure. Well, or people who start every sentence with, well. Well, blah, 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 blah. Well.
How many times have you heard old-timers disease?
Oh, you know what?
Instead
I've heard
of Alzheimer's.
Alzheimer's. I've heard...
I don't even think the T comes out, does it? Alzheimer's?
No, it's Alzheimer's, I think. I think there's a kind of a Z in there. Sign. I mean, that's what I say, Alzheimer's.
You know, you're supposed to say Tokyo?
No.
Tokyo.
Oh, who told you that?
No, George Takei. He was on Star Trek. Seriously, it's Tokyo. It's not Tokyo. It's Tokyo.
Yeah, but hold on now, though. You have pronunciations that are not English pronunciations that are actually improper if you don't say them properly. If that makes
Tokyo.
sense to you. Well, I don't know if that's the English pronunciation or
Hawaii.
Well, I don't think that's the English pronunciation. Hawaii.
Hyundai.
Aluminium.
Yeah, that's what Bones used to say. Okay, Brian, go ahead.
Okay. Everybody does it, including you, Tom.
Okay.
They start a sentence with, before they even identify what they're going to be saying, they say, what I mean.
Do I do that a lot?
On occasion.
What I mean, I say sometimes, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? But what I mean, I'll look for that. I like being told these things because then I watch out for them. You can actually eradicate them from your vernacular. Diana?
Yes?
Go ahead.
There are two things that absolutely drives me crazy. One is when people say these things, or I'm sorry, these ones or those ones.
Yes, you're right.
They always put ones on me, and I know
you're
that
right.
My grandkids do it, my kids do it. Well, they didn't do it because they call me the English police. But
do you know
I can't stand that.
One of the biggest problems people have, I think, one of the biggest problems is when they think they know something and then they say it. There are a couple I have in mind I'll get to in a second. But anyway, I just also like to know if people like my chant. Remember this? Then I have another one. This one. Remember?
Diversity is great when you agree with me. Diversity is great when you agree with me.
Anyway, Lori, go ahead, Lori. What's happening with you?
Hey, Tom, these are Mark Majorisms. I got to tell you.
No, and I picked it up.
I got to tell you.
I know, you say it too. It drives me crazy.
It drives me crazy.
The only reason I say it is I heard him say it.
No, I got it from you, and Suzanne will vouch.
All the time, Mark.
Oh, he does. He says it all the time.
I'm going to tell you I don't.
He always says basically, and Suzanne
I've done that.
Literally.
I've done basically. Oh, my goodness.
That's what I'm saying basically. I hate that.
What's wrong with basically?
I say that a lot.
Because it's overused.
What I need to do is I'm going to have so many things to listen to. I don't know what to do. Patty, go ahead. What about you, Patty?
It's not the words so much. It's the way they are said. I can't stand a valley girl
where you raise the pitch of your voice at the end of every sentence.
I totally agree. That is so annoying. I can't even imitate it, Patty.
Say it again. I had a whisper.
The Valley Girl. Patty, do you know how to imitate it?
I really am not good at imitating it.
I bet Suzanne can.
Imitating it? Suzanne, do you know how to do the Valley Girl thing? Oh.
Like, yeah, I sure do, Tom. Uh-huh.
That's not quite. That's good, but not quite.
It's like an Okie Valley
There's
thing.
one that is so... If somebody has Valley Girl speak down, could you please help me here?
You know, you're from Oklahoma, right, Bob?
I was born in Tulsa, but I've been here since I was 2.
Did you used to hang out at Turkey Mountain?
I have no idea where that is. Sorry. Turkey Mountain.
I want you to help me with it. Go ahead. All right, now, man. Jared, your turn. Go ahead, Jared.
Yeah, Tom, let me tell you something.
Yep, that is it. That's one of them that people say all the time. Let me tell you something. I'm not so into that one as much as I picked up with Mark, and I'm gonna tell you. Or let me tell you, some people say. Dave, go ahead, Dave. Welcome. Happy Halloween, by the way. Go ahead, David.
Happy Halloween, Tom. Hey, my thing is when people are speaking, if you're speaking to another individual, and that other individual attempts to finish your sentence before you're done speaking, it drives me nuts.
That's me. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
How about this
I stand guilty as charged.
I heard that's a sign of intelligence.
I hear this all the time. Affidavit.
Affidavit, you're right.
All the time.
Yep. Okay, so affidavit is not affidavit. Affidavit. But you're right. That is a common misdone. Okay, you know who's been quiet here? Our buddy over here with premium duct cleaners, Brandon. Come on.
How much does it cost? Seriously, I love putting people on the spot.
Come up with something first that annoys you.
Whatnot.
Whatnot. Yes.
All that whatnot? I mean, use it in a sentence. Whatnot.
I don't use it, so I...
You know, Jerry Seinfeld had an episode, not on whatnot, but on what. What was it that annoyed them that they talked about, and when it's appropriate? Wasn't it yada, yada, yada?
Oh, yada, yada. Yeah, but they love the yada, yada.
But when is yada, yada appropriate?
Oh, well, last night me and Suzanne had some wine, then yada, yada.
I think it's more like when he says a speech. He did a speech, and he went blah, blah, blah. Not blah. Oh, I do blah, blah, blah. He gave a speech about peace and love and yada, yada, yada. That kind of thing where you don't feel like explaining, perhaps. More coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Genesis Total Exteriors is the place to go. GenesisTotalExteriors.com for interior and exterior renovations of any kind. He does the roof. He does the siding. He does the gutters. He does the windows. He does the doors. He does the decks. He does the fencing, plus kitchens and baths and additions. GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
This report is sponsored by CC's.
Travel across the highways in the Mile High City in pretty good shape.
Okay, so do me a favor and come up with something that annoys you.
I went and told Drew, I said, nice costume, Drew. He goes, what do you mean?
He's dressed up as a board op.
Board op. Okay, let's see.
You know, Dan, every day I wake up and pray that I'm going to be better today than I was yesterday. And then you got to go give me a new saying like that.
What saying I give you?
Brother.
For all intents and purposes, people never get that right.
Shoot your brother to sheep.
Oh, that's my brother. Well, you know, my brother was probably 12 years old when he got told that. So, you know, what the hell does that mean? He told us yours, the other one, yours worthless as a wet dream.
God, I thought of both.
Can't the live streaming, can't people hear us?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah.
Oh, my dad could curse us out without using the same curse word for a minute.
FTC guidelines?
No,
not on a podcast. That's what's amazing. The internet is completely free.
And when people knew my dad, we used to tell the stories. And when they see him in his older age, he goes, "What? Your nice as can be.
You didn't know when, huh?
Well, anytime you see farmers with kids working on it,
Yeah.
you know, because you mess up. I mean, kids mess up. You're out there running tractors and all that. Not to try to mess up. It's actually his birthday today. So,
My dad went back to
you can
Phoenix
use
today.
that, Bob, if you want to.
No, I'm going to erase it from my memory.
The keyword to text that bypass the ad. It's the 16.
What are you erasing?
What the sheet.
Oh, that's a great saying. I love it. I've never heard that before. I should have shot you in the sheets.
Mark's going to look for any excuse he can to tell us something.
I love
Hi, Tom Martino here. What about me or myself?
That's a good one.
Me or myself. Too many people use me when they should use myself, or they just the other way around. They use the wrong one. And that's this one. I love this one because I hear people all the time say, for all intensive purposes. For all intensive purposes. It's all intents and purposes. And for what is your intent and purpose? I love doing this.
How about W?
What do you mean, W?
Double U. It should be W.
No, it could be W, depending on where you are, just like Missouri or Missouri. So many people say it's Missouri. I say it's Missouri. Hey, Carrie, go ahead.
Hey, so I've got two. So that whole kind of the Valley Girl inflection thing. It is so hilarious. I hear it I hear it like experts that come on to talk on radio shows and TV shows even. And it's usually, I'm not saying it's only women, but it pretty much is only women.
Of course.
It's like
bad driving.
And we're going to Turkey Mountain, and then
you're good.
So, and you got to throw it in the trash, and it's that inflection at the end. And I'm like, and they're like, I'm like, you can't say that. It's just so weird.
It is, and you're right. Absolutely right. Paula.
Hi, Tom.
Hey.
I've got a couple that my mother-in-law used to say, and I would call her to see how she was one day, and she said, well, I'm down in bed with arthritis. Arthritis. I said, I didn't know you knew him.
Arthritis.
The other one is, she always said Alzheimer's was old-timers.
Right, Mark said that. That is, you know, I've not heard people
It's ironic how close it is, though.
Yeah. Now, what about, let's see, Paul, and if people still need help, consumer help, we're doing that, by the way, 303-713-TALK. We only have a few minutes left. Go ahead, Paul.
Hey, Tom, I just wanted to call in about the whole thinking outside the box statement.
Yes.
So, if you think about it, a box is a container. It's a three-dimensional container. A circle is a two-dimensional shape. That's why you say thinking outside the box, so the thinking is not contained within inside the limits.
Okay.
How about thinking outside the sphere?
Yeah.
Well, that would just sound weird.
Yeah, it would. But you're right. The box gives the connotation that people are trapped within it, where the circle is more open anyway. So thinking outside the circle would be different. But thank you. Now hold on. What about butt naked? People say butt naked. It's buck naked.
It is buck naked, like the new underwear.
But people say butt naked. And then the whole nother, I can't stand that. The whole nother.
How about irregardless?
Yeah, I know.
Or
they make up words.
I could care less.
I could care less is the most common misspoken. I mean, so I think I may have said that.
You couldn't care less.
That's obviously what you mean.
Why buck naked?
I don't know.
What is that? I mean, I just looked up the definition of buck. It doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't. Butt naked sounds more sense to me. Lucy, what do you think? Oh, you have a problem. Let's talk about it quickly here, Lucy. You're getting in the way of all the sayings. No, Lucy, what's going on with Shortline?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I bought a 1999 Subaru Legacy Outback.
A 99?
Yeah, well, with less than 85,000 miles on it. Thought I had gotten one of those gems.
Where did you find it? At Shortline?
At Shortline, yeah. It was in their used.
When did you buy it?
I bought it on October 8th.
What did you pay for it? Curiosity.
$4,500.
Okay.
And it looked to be in pristine condition.
What's the problem?
Well, everything.
Oh,
everything from a timing belt.
Did you have it? Well, of course, the timing belt automatically, if it's not in the records, you have to assume it wasn't done. Did it break, though? Did it break?
It has not broken, but the first time I drove it, which was October 21st, I drove it out to Watkins, and I smelled oil burning. So my sister popped the hood, and she saw a leak, the power steering hose. So I made an appointment with a short line, took it in.
Get right to the problem, though. What was wrong with it?
Well, there's the power steering and.
Lucy, you do know you should have had this. You do know you should have had it checked out.
I do know, and it's my bad.
And you do know it's as is, right? I mean, as long as you know that stuff, we can try to just. Here's what we need to do first. We need to just get a complete picture of what's wrong with it.
I think Shortline just sold too, didn't it?
They were sold to Champ.
Lucy, what we'd like to do is get one of our experts to get a complete. We need to know everything all at once, and then Then what we have to figure out is if there was any fraud or deception. And if there was deception or fraud or anything we can push, we'll talk to them. But with an as-is purchase of an old car like this, it's very difficult. So hold on. Deputy Clint, could you get her? Who would we get to check this out? What part of town are you in, Lucy? Lucy? Okay. What part of town?
I'm in Aurora.
Kevin Calkin.
But I work in the tech center. So
Kevin Calkin. Let's set her up with Sheridan Auto Tech, not to tear it up, but just to go through what is wrong with it and give us a complete list. That would help. Pamela, go ahead. What's going on, Pamela?
Hey, Tom. I just wanted to add to the list of irritating phrases, and one of them that drives my husband crazy, actually, is "good luck in future endeavors."
I've never heard that.
Oh my God!
Oh, I've heard that.
It's almost everybody that leaves the hospital that he works at. That's what they put in the letter.
What else?
Good luck in future. And unfortunately, the previous caller said "my bad." Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah, I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot.
I can't handle that.
I do hear that a lot. My bad. The other one I haven't heard so much. Gerald, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm actually writing myself out. My in-laws from Texas noticed that I don't pronounce the T in mountain. I always call them mountains.
A lot of people do that, mountain, and that's just shortcut. That's like when people say, "Why I was at the dentist," as opposed to "while I was at the dentist."
And my second one is also, if somebody starts the conversation with, "I don't mean to be racist," you're probably going to need to go to church after they say what they're going to say.
Yeah, I don't mean to be this, or I don't mean to be that, or
and then they go right into it.
Here's the other one, which means exactly the opposite. With all due respect, which means exactly the opposite. Ricardo, what about you?
Tom, two phrases that annoy me. When someone says "sort of" during whatever they're describing, which kind of, in my opinion, shows a lack of confidence in what they're saying.
And they say that a lot, sort of.
Yeah,
a lot.
And, yeah, absolutely. I'm glad you saw that one. And then the other one is when somebody claims love for an inanimate object. I love these shoes.
Yeah, but we do. All of us do that. You know,
Think about it. Hold love for those that love you back.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if you want to be literal, that is. I mean, you know, love is something that needs to be shared. But I just say I love my dog. What?
On KOA one time for over an hour, I said aborginals instead of aboriginals. Until an old lady called me out.
Oh, my goodness. Anyway, we're out of time. 303. Oh, why am I giving the number out? Referrallist.com is where you get help. And don't forget PlumlineServices.com or PremiumDuctCleaners.com. Plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains. Vital home services that you should not entrust to just anyone. Fix it.
It's duct cleaning.
Duck.
You said duck.
I mean duck.
You should have a duck as your, whatever they call it.
Yeah. No, some people did that. The stupidest one was hurricane drain, and they showed a tornado. Look at his logo.
People don't know.
Whoa. No hurricane. Oh, you're right. Okay.
Went right over Dan's head.
No, I'm saying now.
His dad said he should have been shot into the sheets.
God almighty. Oh, my God. How about, are we still on audio?
Yeah.
Well, that was a terrible one.
That was,
God.
I should have shot you in the sheets.
I don't know if it's something I'd want on broadband. Are we out now?
We laugh at that every time we get
Are we
together.
out now?
Okay.
Who was that comedian? He's a good actor now, but man, he was the dirtiest, nastiest comedian. I love
Bob
him.
Saget.
No,